In those moments when you feel the weight of the world pressing down on your shoulders, when every step forward feels like it's met with 1,000 steps back, know this: the story isn't over. The chapters you've been living, filled with struggle and hardship, are not the final pages of your book. There is a miracle on the horizon, waiting to unfold in the most unexpected way. The universe, or God if you prefer, is not blind to your suffering. It is not deaf to your prayers. It hears every unspoken thought, every cry from the depths of your soul. When you are at your lowest point, when you've exhausted every option and every ounce of your strength, that's when the divine takes over. It's when you feel like you can't go any further, that's when you are closest to the miracle that will change everything. It is in the moments of complete surrender that God, the universe, or the divine intelligence around you moves in mysterious and powerful ways. It is when you think it's all over that the miracle, so beautifully and perfectly orchestrated, makes its appearance. The universe doesn't work on your timeline. It works on divine timing. It understands that what you need will come at the exact moment you are ready to receive it. It knows when to break you down so it can build you back up into the version of yourself you are meant to be. What you view as the end of the road is simply the beginning of something greater. The seemingly impossible becomes possible in an instant when the divine whispers the words of hope, and suddenly you find yourself standing in a place of unimaginable blessings. You have the power to change your reality, to align your thoughts and feelings with what you desire most. Your imagination is the doorway through which miracles pass. If you can hold on to the belief that the impossible is possible, if you can see the end even before it begins, you align yourself with the forces of creation. God, in all His wisdom, places before you everything you need to manifest your desires, even when you think you've reached the end of your rope. When you close your eyes and see your miracle already here, when you feel it, taste it, and believe in it with every fiber of your being, that is when it comes. Remember, there is no such thing as luck. What you manifest is not a random event. It is a direct result of the vibration you are putting out into the world. If you hold steadfast to faith, even in the darkest hours, you draw to you the miracles that are meant to be yours. Your imagination, the very tool God has given you, is where the miracle begins. Just as a seed planted in the earth will eventually grow into a tree, the thoughts and feelings you plant in your consciousness will eventually bring forth the miracles you seek. Every challenge, every setback is part of the process. It is leading you to the moment when you will witness the greatest miracle of all, the realization that what you once thought impossible has now come to fruition. So when you think it's over, when you feel that you've lost all hope, remember that you are simply on the brink of the miracle that is about to change everything. The divine doesn't forget you. It works in ways beyond your understanding, but it is always working for your highest good. When you believe in the power of your own imagination, when you trust that God's timing is always perfect, you will see that miracles are not just possible, they are inevitable. When you stand at the edge of defeat, when all doors seem to be closing, that is the moment when something greater than yourself intervenes. It is not by accident, it is not a coincidence. It is the divine hand reshaping the path, redirecting the course of your life towards something far greater than what your human mind could comprehend. You may have reached a place where nothing seems to be working, where every effort is met with resistance, where every prayer seems to go unanswered. But what if the silence is not a denial? What if it is the space between your doubt and your miracle? What if the delay is not a rejection, but a preparation? You must understand that what you perceive as the end is only a shift in the unseen. Just because your physical eyes cannot perceive movement does not mean that nothing is happening. The unseen realm where all things begin is aligning itself in your favor. Every obstacle, every setback, every moment of despair is simply setting the stage for something extraordinary. The moment you think you have lost is the moment the miracle is closest to appearing. God works in ways beyond our comprehension, moving through the fabric of reality, bending time and space to bring forth that which is already yours. You must ask yourself, who told you it was over? Who told you that your dreams had expired, that your breakthrough had passed you by? Who planted that seed of doubt in your mind? Because the divine does not operate in limitation. It does not speak in terms of impossibility. The only thing standing between you and the manifestation of your desire is your own belief. The moment you accept the idea that it is over, that is the moment you close the door to what is already making its way to you. But if you hold on, if you refuse to accept the illusion of failure, then the door remains open, and what is meant for you cannot be stopped. God does not work according to human logic. He does not operate within the constraints of time as we understand it. What seems like an eternity to you is but a moment in the divine plan. What seems like a loss is merely a redirection. What appears to be rejection is often protection. You may not understand why certain things have fallen apart, why certain people have walked away, why certain opportunities have slipped through your fingers, but the delay is never without purpose. The disappointment is never without reason. The divine is clearing the way, making room for something that aligns with your highest good. You must train yourself to see beyond the appearance of things. If you only believe what your eyes can see, then you will be bound by the limitations of the physical world. But if you understand that the unseen is more real than the seen, that what is to come is greater than what is, then you begin to shift into the realm where miracles are born. You must learn to walk by faith, not by sight. You must understand that even in your darkest hour, you are not alone. The divine is moving, orchestrating events, aligning people, preparing the way even when you cannot see it. The key to unlocking your miracle is to live in the end. You must assume with every part of your being that what you desire is already yours. Not someday, not in the distant future, but now. You must see yourself as already healed, already successful, already in possession of that which you seek. It is not about wishful thinking. It is about a knowing so deep, so unshakable, that reality has no choice but to conform. Your imagination is not separate from reality. It is the blueprint of creation. If you can hold the vision, if you can dwell in the feeling of its fulfillment, then you have already set into motion the forces that will bring it to pass. Doubt is the only thing that stands between you and the miracle. Fear is the only thing that delays what is already yours. The moment you surrender to faith, the moment you let go of worry, you will begin to see movement. It will not come in the way you expect. It may not arrive through the door you are knocking on, but it will come. God does not fail. The universe does not miscalculate. It is precise. It is intentional. It is working in ways that are beyond your understanding, but it is always working for your highest good. Have you ever noticed that it is only in the moments when you completely let go that things begin to shift? It is only when you release your desperate grasp that what you desire finally appears. This is because desperation repels, but faith attracts. The tighter you hold on to the belief that you must control every detail, the further you push your miracle away. But when you trust, when you surrender, when you say, I know it is done, then you allow the divine to move freely. You step out of the way and let the forces of creation work on your behalf. You were never meant to carry the weight of your miracle on your own. You were never meant to figure out every step, to fight every battle with your own strength. You were designed to walk in faith, to trust that what is meant for you will always find you. Even in the moments of uncertainty, even when you stand in the middle of chaos, even when nothing makes sense, if you hold on to the knowing that the divine is at work, you will witness the impossible become. Your struggle is not in vain. Every tear you have shed, every sleepless night, every moment of frustration, it is all leading somewhere. You may think it is over, but it is only the beginning. The divine loves to show up at the last moment, just when you think all hope is lost, because that is when faith is tested. That is when belief is strengthened. That is when miracles happen. And when it does, when you finally see the manifestation of what you have been waiting for, you will understand why the delay was necessary. You will see that it was never a delay at all, but a divine alignment. And you will know beyond any doubt that it was always working in your favor. You have been walking through the darkness, believing that the light may never come. You have felt the weight of disappointment pressing upon you, whispering that it is too late, that the time has passed, that the opportunity has slipped through your fingers. But that voice is not the voice of truth. It is the voice of fear, the voice of doubt, the voice of limitation. It is the voice that has kept humanity bound for centuries, convincing them that their circumstances define them, that their past dictates their future, that their struggles are signs of failure rather than preparation for something greater. But the truth is that just when you think it is over, just when you are ready to surrender to despair, that is when the divine moves in ways you could never have imagined. God is not bound by the same laws that govern human limitation. What appears impossible to you is effortless in the hands of the divine. A door that seemed permanently shut can swing open in an instant. A situation that seemed unchangeable can shift overnight. A reality that appeared set in stone can dissolve like a dream, replaced by something far greater than you had ever envisioned. But you must hold on. You must resist the urge to believe in appearances. What you see with your eyes is only a fraction of what is truly happening. The invisible forces that govern creation are always at work, always shifting, always aligning circumstances in response to your faith. You are not meant to live a life of struggle, constantly fighting, constantly worrying, constantly wondering if things will ever change. You were created to walk in the knowing that what you seek is already yours. You were designed to trust that even in the silence, even in the waiting, even in the moments of deepest uncertainty, everything is unfolding perfectly. The delay is not a punishment. The struggle is not a sign that you are forgotten. It is simply the unfolding of a divine plan that is greater than you can comprehend. It is the stretching of your faith, the strengthening of your spirit, the refining of your soul, so that when the miracle arrives, you are fully prepared to receive it. You have been placed in situations that seemed unbearable, moments where you felt abandoned, times when you questioned whether God was even listening. But if you look back, if you reflect on those moments, you will see that you were never truly alone. You will see that every closed door was leading you to a better one. Every delay was protecting you from something not meant for you. Every hardship was shaping you into the person capable of receiving what is coming. The divine does not operate in chaos. There are no accidents, no missteps, no coincidences. Everything is intentional, everything is part of a greater design. And when the time is right, when you have grown into the version of yourself that is ready for the blessing, it will appear effortlessly. Your mind will try to convince you that it is too late. It will remind you of all the times you have tried and failed, all the moments when things did not go as planned, all the reasons why you should give up. But your mind does not see what God sees. Your mind is limited by past experiences, by human logic. They do not conform to statistics or probabilities. They arise out of faith, out of the willingness to believe in something greater than what is seen. The moment you shift your focus from what appears to be happening to what you know is possible, that is the moment everything begins to change. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are not hoping for something outside of yourself to come and save you. The power has been within you all along. The same force that created the universe, that set the stars in motion, that breathed life into existence, resides within you. You have been given the ability to create, to shape, to manifest, to bring forth the reality you desire. The world will tell you that you are powerless, that you are at the mercy of circumstances, that you must accept whatever life throws your way. But that is a lie. You are not here to survive. You are here to create. You are here to transform. You are here to experience the full expression of your divine potential. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every assumption you carry within you is shaping your world. If you believe that it is over, then it will be. If you believe that nothing will change, then nothing will. But if you believe, even in the face of adversity, even when all evidence points to the contrary, that something greater is coming, then it must. Because faith is not about seeing first. Faith is about knowing first. It is about standing firm in the unseen, declaring that what you desire is already done, and allowing the divine to move in ways that defy logic. You may have been told that you need to work harder, push more, fight your way to success, but miracles do not come through force. They come through alignment, they come through surrender, they come through the willingness to let go of control and trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. You do not have to chase after your destiny, you simply have to align with it. You do not have to beg for what is already yours. You simply have to receive it. The moment you shift from striving to allowing, from fear to trust, from doubt to certainty, that is when the miracle appears. Time does not determine your breakthrough. God does. What seems delayed is actually right on schedule. What appears lost is simply being repositioned. What feels like the end is actually the beginning of something greater. You are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, you are being guided even when you cannot see the path. You are being protected even when it feels like everything is falling apart. The divine is always at work, always moving, always preparing the way for you. And when the time is right, when you least expect it, when you have reached the point where you think it is all over, that is when the miracle arrives. That is when you will look back and realize that every struggle, every setback, every delay was leading you to this exact moment. And in that moment, you will know that it was never over. It was only the beginning. When you find yourself on the brink of surrender, when the weight of the world feels like it's pressing down on you and you cannot see a way forward, know this: the divine is never far from you. Even in those moments when it feels like there is no hope left, when your mind whispers that it's over and that you've reached the end, you must remember that these are the very moments that are pregnant with the potential for a breakthrough. You are standing in the place where miracles happen. It may not look like it, it may not feel like it, but there is a higher plan unfolding right before you, and it is much grander than anything your current reality could possibly show you. Just when you think it's over, that is when God begins to move. The divine is not bound by the constraints of time, the limitations of human thinking, or the measurements of success as you know them. What you see as the end is simply a shift, an evolution, a necessary moment to transition from one level of experience to the next. What you think is a closed chapter is merely the beginning of a new one. There is always more to the story than what your eyes can see. And as long as you continue to move forward in faith, as long as you refuse to accept defeat, the miracle is coming. You have been taught by the world to define your success by the visible, by what you can see, touch, and quantify. You measure your progress by what others have achieved, by what you think is attainable, and by what you believe is the logical next step. But the divine does not operate within these narrow confines. It does not measure by human standards. God moves in the unseen, in the realms beyond what you can grasp with your senses. This is why, in those moments when everything seems to be falling apart, you are actually closest to your breakthrough. When the world tells you it's over, when you feel like giving up, that is when you are closest to receiving your miracle. It is in these moments of surrender that the divine begins its work. So often, when faced with what seems like the end, your first instinct is to retreat, to protect yourself from further hurt, to stop reaching out and to close off your heart. But the divine does not require you to understand everything or to figure it all out. The divine only requires one thing from you: faith. Faith that even in the midst of apparent chaos, there is an order that you cannot yet comprehend. Faith that even when you cannot see a way out, there is a way already in motion, behind the scenes. Your job is not to figure out the details, not to worry about timing, but to trust that what you desire is already on its way to you. Trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, knows exactly what you need and when you need it. What often seems like a setback is simply the universe rearranging things in your favor. What looks like a closed door is only a new opportunity that is yet to reveal itself. Your miracle is not something that comes from the outside, it is something that is already within you. The divine presence within you knows exactly what you need to be in alignment with your highest good. It is not about what you do, but about who you are becoming in the process. Your growth, your expansion, your faith, these are the things that prepare you to receive the miracle that is already on its way. As you continue on your journey, you will encounter moments that seem like endings. Perhaps a relationship has ended, a job has fallen through, a dream has been delayed, or you have experienced disappointment after disappointment. These moments, while painful, are not the end of your story. They are simply the crossroads leading to your miracle. When it feels like you are standing still, know that in the invisible realm, things are shifting in your favor. The wheels of divine timing are in motion, orchestrating everything around you for your benefit. It may seem like nothing is happening, but everything is happening exactly as it needs to. There is a divine order to everything, even when you cannot see it. The puzzle pieces are falling into place even if you cannot yet see the full picture. The breakthrough you are waiting for is already on its way, and all you need to do is continue trusting in the process. It is easy to lose faith when you cannot see the results of your efforts. But remember, the divine does not work according to human timelines. What appears to be a delay is simply the universe working behind the scenes to align everything perfectly. Think of a seed. When a seed is planted in the ground, it does not immediately sprout. It remains buried beneath the earth, unseen, unknown to the outside world. But beneath the surface, it is germinating, growing, preparing for the right moment to push through the soil and emerge into the light. The miracle is happening even though it is hidden from sight. And when the time is right, that seed will break through and it will blossom into something far more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. Your miracle is the same. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, know that the divine is at work, preparing you for the moment when it will all come to fruition. The truth is that you are a co-creator in this process. You are not passive in the unfolding of your miracle. You are an active participant. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, all of these things are powerful forces that shape your reality. The moment you begin to trust that what you desire is already on its way to you, you begin to shift the energy around you. You begin to align yourself with what is coming, and your belief becomes the catalyst that brings the miracle into your life. This is the power of faith. It has the ability to change the course of your life, to draw your desires toward you, to manifest what you cannot yet see. In those moments when it feels like it's all over, remember that this is not the end. It is the turning point, the moment when everything is about to change. You must trust that even in the face of uncertainty, the divine is moving in your favor. You may not understand how, you may not see the way forward, but know that the miracle is already on its way. The divine is working behind the scenes, preparing the way, aligning the circumstances and positioning you for something greater than you can imagine. All you need to do is continue to trust, to have faith, and to believe that what is meant for you will never pass you by. When you look back on this moment, when you finally step into the miracle that has been prepared for you, you will see that everything was perfectly timed. Every struggle, every setback, every moment of doubt, these were all part of the plan. They were the necessary steps to bring you to the point where you could receive your miracle. You will realize that it was never really over. It was just the beginning of something even greater than you could have ever dreamed. As you stand at the threshold of your breakthrough, remember, miracles happen when you least expect them, when you think it's too late, when you feel like you're out of options. But those are the moments when the divine steps in, when your faith is tested, and when your miracle is finally revealed. Hold on, trust, and know that the best is yet to come. When you are facing your darkest hour, when it feels like the world is against you, and every step forward is met with resistance, Remember that it is in these very moments that the divine is at work in your life, weaving a tapestry of miracles. What seems like the end is often a preparation for the most extraordinary breakthroughs. When you can no longer see the light at the end of the tunnel, that is precisely when the divine light begins to shine brightest. It may appear that there is no way out, no solution to your problems, but in the unseen realm, everything is falling into place for your good. The divine is not limited by what you see, hear, or feel. What may seem like a crisis is simply a shift, a redirection of your life to align with something greater. Just as a storm can be a precursor to clear skies, the challenges you face are often clearing the way for a new chapter in your life. The path you are on may not always be clear, but trust that every step, every twist, and every turn is part of the journey toward your miracle. The essence of a miracle is that it cannot be anticipated. It is not something you can plan for or control. A miracle is not something that can be brought into existence through mere effort or willpower. It transcends the limitations of time and space. It appears in the most unexpected of moments, often when you least expect it and when you feel that there is no hope left. It is the universe's way of showing you that you are never truly alone, that there is always a force greater than yourself guiding you toward your highest good. When everything seems impossible, when your mind tells you that it's over, know that the divine is at work. The truth is that you are more than just a body living in a world of limitations. You are a spiritual being, connected to an infinite source of wisdom, love, and power. Your ability to manifest your desires is not confined to the physical realm, but is rooted in the unseen. You may not be able to see the miracle unfolding right now, but rest assured that it is being set into motion. You have within you a divine power, a spark of the Creator that is capable of moving mountains. You have been gifted with the ability to shape your reality, to call forth your desires, to align with your true purpose. The challenge is not in the miracle itself, but in your faith, your trust, and your ability to remain grounded in the truth that what you seek is already yours. It is not a matter of if, but when. Every trial, every hardship, every setback you experience is an invitation to deepen your trust in the divine. It is in these moments of uncertainty that you must surrender your fears and doubts, for they are the very things that prevent you from seeing the truth. The miracle you seek is not external. It is already within you, waiting to be activated by your belief. When you surrender to the divine process, when you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, you open the door for your miracle to enter. It is important to remember that miracles are not just big dramatic events. They can come in the form of subtle shifts in perspective, small blessings that seem insignificant at first but ultimately lead to profound change. The miracle could be the person who unexpectedly walks into your life, offering you the support or wisdom you need. It could be an opportunity that arises out of nowhere, giving you the chance to follow your dreams. It could be a sudden insight that shifts your mindset, opening your eyes to a new way of thinking. Miracles come in many forms, and each one is perfectly timed to meet you exactly where you are. As you continue on your journey, there will be moments when doubt creeps in. There will be times when it feels like your prayers have gone unanswered, when your efforts seem to be in vain, and when you question whether anything is truly working in your favor. In these moments, it is crucial to hold on to your faith. Faith is the bridge between the visible and the invisible, the known and the unknown. It is the unwavering belief that even when you cannot see the way forward, the divine is guiding you every step of the way. When you stand at the edge of what seems like an insurmountable challenge, remember that the universe is infinite, and within it lies the potential for all things. What you desire is already on its way to you, and your job is to remain open, to be ready to receive. The miracle will not come when you force it, when you try to control it, or when you seek it from a place of desperation. It will come when you are at peace, when you trust that it is already unfolding, even if you cannot yet see it. When you think it's over, that is when the divine steps in. You are not being abandoned, nor are you being punished. You are being prepared for something greater. Every hardship, every trial, every setback, is creating the perfect conditions for the miracle that is about to manifest in your life. The moment you stop fighting against the current, the moment you release your attachment to the outcome, is the moment when the miracle appears. The universe works in ways that we cannot always comprehend. It does not adhere to the logical structures that we impose upon it. While you may have a plan for your life, the divine has an even greater plan. Trust that this plan is far more beautiful, far more expansive, and far more aligned with your highest good than anything you could have imagined. It is not about what you think you want, but about what you are meant to receive. When you trust in this greater plan, when you let go of your need to control the outcome, you align yourself with the flow of the divine. You may wonder how it's possible to hold on to faith when everything around you seems to be falling apart. The answer lies in remembering that you are not alone. You are part of a greater whole, a divine design that is unfolding perfectly, even when it doesn't look like it. Just when you think it's over, when you've reached the end of your strength, that is when the divine power within you comes alive, guiding you toward the breakthrough you have been waiting for. A miracle is not something that happens by accident. It is the result of your inner alignment with the divine. When you believe in the possibility of something greater, when you trust in the unseen forces that are at work in your life, you begin to magnetize those very things toward you. The law of attraction is simply a reflection of the divine law. Like attracts like. When you align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the truth that your miracle is already on its way, you become a magnet for those things that are in harmony with your highest good. Even in the darkest times, when you feel like giving up, know that your breakthrough is closer than you think. You may not understand the process, but trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The miracle you seek is already in motion, and all you need to do is hold on, trust, and remain open to receiving. When you let go of your attachment to how and when it will come, you create space for the miracle to unfold in its own perfect way. The journey you are on is not one of linear progress. It is a spiral, a dance with the divine, where each step takes you closer to your true self. When you think it's over, when you feel like you've come to the end of the road, that is the moment when the divine opens up a new path, one that is filled with possibility, with joy, and with miracles beyond your wildest dreams. Trust the process. Trust that all is well, and know that the miracle is already on its way to you. In the quiet moments of doubt, when you feel as though you are standing on the edge of the precipice, remember this: the miracle is always closer than it appears. It is often in the moments when you think you've reached the limit of your strength that the universe steps in, weaving its magic in ways that defy logic and reason. You may not see the way forward, but that doesn't mean the path isn't being prepared for you right now. In fact, it is precisely in those moments of apparent defeat that the seeds of your greatest victory are being planted. The very notion of a miracle goes against what we understand with our logical minds. It challenges our beliefs, our fears, and our doubts. It demands that we trust in something far greater than ourselves. It calls us to rise above the circumstances, to see beyond the physical world, and to tap into the invisible forces that guide us. A miracle doesn't require understanding. It requires faith. It requires you to step into the unknown and believe that something magnificent is about to unfold. In the moments when it seems like your life is falling apart, when everything you've worked for is slipping through your fingers, that is when the divine is working most powerfully behind the scenes. You may not see it, but every challenge you face is creating the perfect conditions for a breakthrough. Every door that appears to close is simply making way for something better, something that aligns more closely with your purpose. You may feel as though you have reached your breaking point, but the truth is you are on the verge of a transformation that will change everything. You are in the very space where your miracle is about to manifest. And the more you trust, the more you open yourself to the incredible possibilities that await. Your mind may tell you that it's over, that there's no way out, but remember this: the divine works in mysterious ways. The universe doesn't operate within the confines of time, logic, or human understanding. What may seem like an insurmountable obstacle is often just the catalyst needed for something greater to emerge. When you trust in the unseen forces at work, when you surrender your doubts and fears, you make space for the miraculous to enter your life. The miracle is always present, always in motion, even if you can't see it right now. It's in the conversations you have, the people you meet, the experiences you encounter. It's in the subtle shifts in your thinking, the moments of clarity that appear out of nowhere. You don't need to force it or try to control it. All you need to do is remain open to receiving. When you are aligned with the truth that your desires are already on their way, when you truly believe that what you seek is already yours, you will begin to see the signs, the synchronicities, and the opportunities that lead you to your miracle. There may be times when you feel as though you are walking alone, that your prayers are unanswered, and that you are lost in the wilderness. But the reality is that you are never alone. The divine is with you, guiding you, supporting you, even when you cannot see it. The moments of hardship are simply the universe's way of preparing you for something greater. Just when you think it's over, when you feel as though there's no way forward, the universe will intervene. It will show you that the journey is far from finished and that a new chapter is about to unfold. You see, the divine is always moving in your favor, even when you don't understand it. What seems like a setback or an obstacle is often just a redirection to something far more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. The truth is that you are not in control of the timing, but you are in control of your response. When you choose to trust, to stay open, and to remain steadfast in your faith, you align yourself with the flow of the divine. You become a magnet for the miracles that are already on their way to you. It's in these moments of uncertainty that the miracle is born. It's in the very space where you are tempted to give up, where you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, that the breakthrough happens. But you must trust that the universe is always working in your favor, always creating opportunities for you to grow, to expand, and to receive the blessings that are meant for you. The moment you release your fears and allow yourself to believe in the impossible, you make room for the miracle to manifest. When you feel as though it's over, when you've exhausted all your options, that is when the divine works its greatest wonders. Just when you think there's no way out, when you've hit a wall, the universe steps in with a solution you couldn't have imagined. It may come in the form of a person, a chance encounter, an opportunity, or a shift in perspective. It may appear in ways that defy your understanding, but rest assured, it is always on its way. The miracle is waiting for you to surrender, to trust, and to allow it to unfold in its own perfect time. In the darkest times, the divine is not distant. It is closer than ever. The miracle is not something that happens outside of you, but something that is already within you. It is the spark of the divine that you carry, the power to create and manifest your desires. You are not separate from the divine, you are one with it. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, all contribute to the reality you create. When you align yourself with the truth that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, when you believe in the abundance and love that are always available to you, you open yourself to the miracle that is waiting to appear. The key is to let go of your attachment to how and when the miracle will come. The divine knows what you need and when you need it. Your job is to remain open, to trust, and to allow the flow of abundance to enter your life. Trust that the universe is always working behind the scenes, aligning the people, the opportunities, and the circumstances that will lead you to your breakthrough. Your miracle is already in motion, and the more you trust and believe, the more you will see it manifest before your eyes. At the moment when you think it's over, when you have given up hope and there seems to be no way forward, that is when your miracle will unfold. It will come at just the right time in the most unexpected of ways. But you must believe, you must trust, you must let go of your doubts and fears and open your heart to the infinite possibilities that are available to you. When you do this, when you believe in the power of the divine to bring forth the miraculous, you become an active participant in the creation of your reality. Miracles are not just events that happen outside of you, they are a reflection of the truth within you. When you believe that the impossible is possible, when you trust that the universe is working in your favor, you align yourself with the flow of abundance, love, and grace. You become a vessel for the miracle to enter your life, and it will manifest in ways that are beyond your wildest dreams. So, even when it feels like it's over, know that it's only the beginning. Your miracle is on its way, and it is closer than you think. In those moments when life feels overwhelming and you're on the verge of giving up, remember that it's often just before the miracle arrives. The divine doesn't work on your timetable, but it always moves in perfect timing. Just when you think it's over, when you can no longer see a way out, that's when the miracle is being prepared for you. Trust that even in the darkest moments, there is always light on the horizon. When you surrender your doubts and embrace faith, the universe will respond in ways that defy your understanding. Stay open, stay trusting, and know that your miracle is already on its way, waiting to unfold in ways that are far greater than you could ever imagine. You are never alone, and the divine is always working for your highest good. Just when you think it's over, God steps in and shows you that the journey is far from finished. It's only just begun. Every step you take, every path you walk, is not by chance. You may believe that life is random, that the twists and turns are unpredictable, but I tell you this, your steps are ordered. There is a divine intelligence guiding you, orchestrating every moment in perfect harmony with the vision you hold within. Nothing happens outside of the law. Nothing occurs outside of divine order. You rise each morning with a thought, a feeling, an expectation. And it is that very thought that sets the direction of your day. The mind is the architect, and the world merely follows. The order of your steps is determined by what you dwell upon, what you assume to be true, what you believe in the quiet chambers of your soul. This is not coincidence, it is divine design. The world moves as you move within. Have you not noticed how, when you are filled with faith, doors open where none seem to exist? Have you not seen how, when you expect favor, favor meets you at every turn? And yet, when doubt clouds your mind, the road ahead appears uncertain, chaotic, blocked. It is not the world that changes, it is your perception, your inner movement that dictates the rhythm of your steps. God speaks to you through desire, through imagination, through the quiet whisper of conviction. When an idea takes hold in your heart, when a vision appears so vividly within you that it feels as real as the ground beneath your feet, that is the divine ordering your steps. You do not have to force the way forward. You do not have to struggle to make things happen. Your only task is to believe, to know that as surely as the sun rises, the way is made clear before you. When you trust, truly trust, you will see how each event in your life is woven together in a masterpiece of perfect timing. That delay you resented, it was protection. That closed door, it was redirection. That unexpected meeting, that sudden idea, that chance encounter, they were not accidents, they were divine appointments. Nothing is wasted, nothing is misplaced, everything is ordered. If you find yourself in a place of uncertainty, if you wonder where the road leads, remember this, the steps of the righteous are established. Do not look at the world with fear. Do not let doubt convince you that you are lost. Walk in faith. Assume that you are exactly where you need to be. Know that what you seek is already seeking you, and the path before you is unfolding in perfect alignment with the vision you hold within. God is always ordering your steps. The question is, will you trust the order? Will you walk in the knowing that all things are working together for your highest good? Believe it and you will see it. Move in faith and the way will be made clear. You may look at your life and wonder if things are truly unfolding as they should. You may question the delays, the detours, the moments of waiting that seem endless. But what if I told you that even in what appears to be stagnation, there is divine motion? What if I told you that every single event in your life, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is leading you exactly where you need to be? Nothing is out of place, nothing is random. The hand of God moves in ways beyond human understanding. You do not always see the full picture because you are inside the frame. But if you could step back, if you could see the grand design, you would know that there was never a moment when you were not being led. Have you ever walked through a season of confusion, only to look back and realize that everything had to happen just as it did? The people you met, the conversations you had, the opportunities that appeared out of nowhere, all of it was part of the plan. At the time you may not have understood it, you may have even resisted it, but now you can see that there was a higher intelligence at work, guiding your steps even when you were unaware. You are never walking alone. The path is being cleared before you even take the first step. The only thing that clouds your vision is doubt. When you begin to question whether you are truly being led, you create resistance. But the moment you surrender, the moment you trust that every experience is divinely orchestrated, you step into the effortless flow of grace. The mind is powerful beyond measure. It is not merely a tool for thought, but a divine instrument through which creation takes place. What you accept as true in your mind, what you assume with conviction, becomes the blueprint for your reality. This is how God orders your steps, through the silent yet powerful movement of faith within you. When you accept something as real, even before it is manifested in the physical, the entire universe aligns to bring it forth. You have seen this happen in your life. Think back to a time when you were certain about something, when you held a vision so clearly in your mind that you could almost touch it. Did it not come to pass? Did it not unfold with an uncanny precision that left you in awe? And yet when you doubted, when you allowed fear to take hold, did you not find yourself wandering in uncertainty, feeling lost, disconnected from the very things you longed for? Faith is not merely belief, it is alignment. It is walking as though what you seek is already yours, as though every step is bringing you closer to what has already been promised. This is how the divine works, not through struggle, not through force, but through the quiet knowing that what is meant for you is already in motion. There is no need to worry about the how, no need to concern yourself with the details. When you walk in faith, when you hold firm to the belief that your steps are divinely ordered, things begin to fall into place with effortless precision. The right people appear, the right doors open, the right situations align at the perfect moment. You do not have to chase, you do not have to strive, you need only to believe, and the way will be made clear. Every delay has purpose. Every setback is preparation. Sometimes you are being positioned for something greater than what you originally envisioned. Sometimes the closed door is not rejection, it is redirection to something beyond what you could have asked for. When things do not go as planned, do not be discouraged. Know that something better is unfolding, something beyond your current understanding. Have you ever wondered why certain things did not work out, only to later realize that you were being saved from something that would have limited you? You may have thought you needed that relationship, that job, that opportunity. But what if it was never part of the divine order? What if losing it was necessary for you to receive something greater? When you trust that your steps are being guided, you no longer resist. You no longer cling to what is leaving. Instead, you embrace what is unfolding, knowing that God's plan is always greater than yours. Your intuition is the voice of divine guidance speaking within you. That quiet nudge, that inner knowing, that deep sense of certainty. It is not just a feeling, it is the language of God directing your steps. But how often do you listen? How often do you trust that inner voice? Many times. You receive guidance, but doubt causes you to ignore it. You question whether it is real, whether it is just your imagination. But what if your imagination is the very means by which God communicates with you? What if every inspired thought, every vision that stirs something deep within you is a glimpse into the path that has already been prepared for you? There is a reason why certain desires burn within you while others do not. There is a reason why some dreams refuse to fade, no matter how much time has passed. It is because those desires were placed within you for a purpose. They are not random, they are not mere wishes. They are instructions. They are the signs that point you toward your destiny. If only you would trust, if only you would walk with the confidence that every single thing you need is already set before you. You would not worry, you would not hesitate, you would not waste time in fear. You would move boldly, knowing that your steps are not your own. They are being divinely guided towards something greater than you can imagine. Even in your struggles, you are being refined. Even in your trials, you are being strengthened. There is no wasted experience. There is no moment of suffering that does not serve a higher purpose. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and understand why things happened the way they did. You will see that every challenge was making you ready, shaping you into the person who could receive the very things you prayed for. You must trust the process. You must trust that nothing is out of place. You must trust that every single day your steps are ordered in ways that you cannot yet comprehend. The mind that created this universe, the intelligence that orchestrates the stars and the seasons, is the same intelligence that is guiding your life. Do you really think that anything has been forgotten? Do you really believe that your prayers have gone unheard? Everything is happening exactly as it should. Even in your waiting, even in your wondering, the divine plan is unfolding with precision. You are not lost. You are not alone. You are exactly where you need to be, and every step you take is leading you toward the fulfillment of what has already been promised. Walk in faith. Walk in certainty. Walk with the knowing that nothing is outside of divine order. And as you do, you will see that what you seek has always been seeking you. The path is already laid before you. Your only task is to trust and to take the next step. You may have wondered at some point why things seem to take so long. Why do some doors remain closed even when you knock with all your might? Why do certain dreams seem distant, just out of reach? The answer lies in the divine timing that governs your life. Everything, every moment, is unfolding according to a perfect plan. While you may not see it now, it is all working in your favor. Even in times when you feel discouraged, even in moments of doubt, there is an underlying current of divine order carrying you forward. When you look at your life, it can often seem like a series of unrelated events, but I assure you, there is no such thing as randomness. There is a master plan, one that was laid out long before you even took your first breath. You are not wandering aimlessly, you are not lost. You are walking on a path that has been carefully prepared for you, one step at a time. Every experience you have, no matter how small, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is a piece of a larger puzzle. Each moment is a building block, and each experience adds to the masterpiece that is your life. Think about the times when you were unsure of what to do, when you felt like you were in the dark, unable to see the next step. Do you remember how, eventually, the answer came to you? How, without any force or struggle, the way was made clear? That is divine timing at work. That is God ordering your steps. You may not have been able to see it at the time, but you were being guided every single step of the way. The answers were already inside you, waiting for the right moment to emerge. In those moments of doubt, when the road ahead seemed unclear, you were being prepared. You were being refined. You were being made ready for the blessings that were on their way. When you feel uncertain, when you wonder whether you're on the right path, remember this: God is always leading you toward your greatest good. The path may not always look the way you expected, but it is always leading you to where you need to be. When you look back on your life, you will see that every step, every twist and turn, every delay, every moment of uncertainty has served a purpose. It has all been part of the divine plan. There are no mistakes. There are no wasted experiences. Even the difficult times, the challenges, the heartbreaks. These were not sent to break you. They were sent to build you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the greater things that are to come. Sometimes it takes a moment of stillness to recognize this truth. In the rush of everyday life, in the noise of the world, it can be hard to hear the quiet whisper of guidance. But when you take a moment to pause, when you quiet the mind and listen, you will hear it, the voice of the divine ordering your steps. It might not always come as a loud command, but it is always there, gently nudging you in the right direction. This voice speaks through your intuition, through your inner knowing. It speaks through the desires of your heart, the dreams that stir deep within you. These desires are not random. They are not accidental. They are the clues, the breadcrumbs that lead you to the life you were always meant to live. Trust in these desires. Trust in your inner guidance. It is your divine compass, pointing you toward your destiny. Every time you feel doubt, every time you question the path ahead, remember that God is already there, ahead of you, preparing the way. You do not have to worry about the how. You do not have to figure out every step before you take it. Trust that each step will be revealed to you in due time. Trust that you will know what to do when the time is right. The universe has an uncanny way of unfolding in perfect timing, and you are always exactly where you need to be. You see, God does not leave you to wander through life alone. You are never lost. Even when things appear uncertain, when you feel like you're walking in circles, you are being led. Every experience, every encounter is part of a divine design leading you to your purpose. The people you meet, the circumstances you face, the challenges you overcome, all of these are stepping stones, each one guiding you closer to the fulfillment of your deepest desires. It can be difficult to see the bigger picture when you're in the midst of it. You may feel lost, overwhelmed, or frustrated. But if you could step outside of yourself for just a moment, if you could see your life from a higher perspective, you would understand that every challenge, every triumph is part of the greater story being written for you. You are not just an observer in your life, you are the creator. And your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions are shaping the world around you. You may not see it now, but everything you have experienced, everything you have been through, has been preparing you for something greater. Every failure has been a lesson. Every heartache has been a stepping stone. Every disappointment has been a gift, shaping you into the person you need to be to receive the blessings that are coming your way. You have been prepared, even in ways you did not realize. As you move through your day, trust in the process. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should. There is no need to force anything. There is no need to control the outcome. All that is required of you is to trust the journey, to trust that each step is divinely ordered. You do not need to know every detail of the plan. You do not need to understand every twist and turn. All you need to do is take the next step, with faith, with confidence, knowing that your steps are being guided by a higher power. When you trust in this process, when you trust that you are always being led in the right direction, you will find that the path becomes easier. The struggle, the resistance will fall away. Doors will open, opportunities will appear, people will enter your life at exactly the right time. The more you trust, the more you align with the divine order that is already at work in your life. You are always in the right place at the right time. Even when it feels like things are not going as planned, trust that they are going exactly as they should. Sometimes what seems like a setback is really a setup for something better. Sometimes the door that closes is making room for a bigger, better opportunity. Trust that every single thing is working in your favor, even when you cannot see it. Life has a way of surprising you. It has a way of unfolding in ways that you could never have imagined. The key is to trust that you are not alone, to trust that every step is ordered for your highest good. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when you can't see it. Your job is simply to trust the process, to trust that the path is already laid before you, and to take each step with faith and confidence. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Every experience, every moment is leading you closer to your highest good. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly and that every step you take is divinely ordered. Keep moving forward with faith, knowing that the universe is guiding you every step of the way. Your journey is sacred and you are being led with love, wisdom, and divine purpose. There are times when life feels like it's testing your patience, when you feel as though you're in the middle of a storm, wondering why things aren't moving forward. These moments, though difficult, are often the most profound. These are the moments when you're being prepared, when your heart is being shaped for something bigger than what you see now. As you walk through life, you'll encounter obstacles, delays, and moments of confusion, but do not be discouraged, for in those very moments God is at work, setting things up for your greatest good. The truth is that everything you've been through has led you to this moment. Every experience, every relationship, every challenge has been part of the divine process, guiding you toward the life you were meant to live. There is no such thing as wasted time in the eyes of the divine. Everything happens for a reason, and each day is a step in the unfolding of your purpose. You may not always understand why certain things happen, but that is where trust comes in. Trust in the unseen hand that is guiding your steps, even when you can't see the road ahead. Take a moment to reflect on your life. Think of all the times you've faced uncertainty, when you didn't know how things would turn out, when you felt unsure of the next move, yet somehow you've always come through, haven't you? You've always found your way, even when the path wasn't clear. This is not by chance, my friend. This is divine order in motion. God has been ordering your steps every single day, even when you didn't realize it. Now imagine how many times you've experienced moments of doubt or confusion, only to have clarity come at just the right time. Perhaps it was a conversation with someone, a random encounter, or even a quiet moment of reflection. In those moments, the answers came, not because you had figured it all out, but because you were being guided. The divine has a way of leading you toward the answers you seek, often when you least expect them. It's as if the universe knows exactly when to provide you with the right direction, the right person, or the right opportunity. This is the divine order at work in your life. It's a constant, gentle nudge that leads you forward, step by step. You don't always need to understand the entire journey before you begin. In fact, you don't need to know the end result in order to take the next step. Your job is simply to follow the guidance that is already available to you. Trust that your steps are ordered, even when you cannot see the full picture. The only thing required of you is faith. Faith that the path you are on is leading you exactly where you need to go. There may be times when you feel like you're not moving fast enough, or when you feel like you're not achieving the things you desire in the time you think they should come. In those moments, remind yourself that God's timing is always perfect. Sometimes we rush the process because we are eager to see results, but the divine knows the perfect timing for everything. You are not being held back, you are being prepared. You are being shaped into the person who is capable of receiving the blessings that are on their way. Every delay is part of the process of preparing you for something bigger than what you can currently imagine. Think about the way nature works. Every seed that is planted has a specific time to grow, a specific time to bloom. The flower does not rush the process. It simply grows each day, each moment, moving closer to its full potential. The same is true for you. Your life too is unfolding at its own perfect pace. Trust that every day is a part of that growth. Every moment of stillness, every moment of waiting is making you stronger. It is teaching you patience. It is preparing you for the abundance that is coming your way. When you are in tune with the divine, when you trust that every step is being ordered, the path becomes smoother. You stop fighting the process. You stop resisting the natural flow of life. You begin to understand that life is not about forcing things to happen. It's about allowing them to unfold. It's about recognizing the signs along the way and taking inspired action when the time is right. Sometimes the greatest action is simply to wait, to trust the process, to trust that everything is happening in divine timing. There is a peace that comes with surrendering to the divine plan. It's a peace that says, I don't need to control everything. I don't need to have all the answers. I just need to trust that everything is unfolding as it should. And when you can rest in that peace, the magic begins to happen. The right opportunities begin to appear, and the right people begin to come into your life. The doors that once seemed closed begin to open. The path that once seemed unclear becomes clearer with each step you take. You see, you are not alone on this journey. Every step you take, God is with you. Every decision you make, God is guiding you. Even when you feel uncertain, even when you feel lost, you are not alone. The divine is always with you, always ordering your steps, always leading you toward your highest good. And even when the way seems unclear, trust that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. The beauty of trusting the divine order in your life is that it takes the pressure off. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to have all the answers. You simply need to show up, to take the next step, and to trust that the universe is guiding you. When you align yourself with this divine order, things begin to flow more effortlessly. You begin to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences. The universe, in all its infinite wisdom, will make sure that everything you need comes at exactly the right time. There will be moments when you will question your path. There will be times when you will feel as though you are walking in circles, unsure of where you are going. But in those moments, remember this: even the detours are part of the divine plan. There are no mistakes, there are no wrong turns. Every experience, every challenge, every setback is simply another step along the way. You are always moving forward, even when it feels like you are standing still. Trust that every moment is part of your journey, and that every step is ordered for your highest good. God knows what you need, and God knows when you need it. Trust that what is meant for you will come, and trust that every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your desires. You do not have to force things to happen. You do not have to chase after opportunities. You simply need to trust in the process and allow things to unfold in their perfect time. The divine order in your life is always present, even when you cannot see it. Trust in it. Trust that every step you take is a step closer to your highest good. You are being led every day, every moment, towards the life you were meant to live. There is no need to worry. There is no need to doubt. Your steps are ordered, and as you walk this path, trust that each step, each moment, is bringing you closer to the realization of your dreams. You might wonder sometimes if your steps are really being ordered, especially when life seems full of confusion or uncertainty. The key to understanding this is to recognize that God does not work on our human timetable. His ways are often beyond our comprehension, and that is precisely where faith comes in. Faith is not the absence of doubt, but the trust that even in the midst of uncertainty, you are being led, and your life is unfolding in perfect divine order. The steps you take each day, no matter how small they may seem, are part of a larger plan that you may not yet fully see. You do not need to understand the full picture to know that God is at work in your life. Just as a child doesn't need to understand how a parent's love works to feel secure, so too do you not need to understand all the details of your life's unfolding to trust in God's divine plan. Trust is the foundation that holds you steady as the journey continues. Your steps are being ordered, whether you see them or not. You have probably experienced moments where things seem to fall into place so perfectly that it almost felt like divine intervention. Maybe it was a job offer that came at just the right time, or a connection with someone that changed your life. Maybe it was the realization that, in looking back, you could see the hand of God in every decision you made, every place you went, and every person you met. The synchronicity of life is not by accident. It is the way the divine orchestrates events, aligning everything just as it should be. Trust that this alignment is taking place in your life, whether you can fully see it or not. Every moment in your life holds purpose. The good moments, the difficult moments, and even the moments that seem to lead nowhere are all part of your divine journey. Your steps are not random, they are ordered. Think about the way a dance is choreographed. Each movement, each turn is planned out to create a beautiful flow. If you were to try and rush ahead, skipping a step, the dance would be off. Similarly, your life is unfolding with purpose and precision, even if it feels like you are moving in circles or facing obstacles. Those very moments are part of the perfect design. Each setback, each delay, each difficult encounter is a step in the right direction, refining you, strengthening you, preparing you for what is next. You have been chosen for this journey, and everything that happens is leading you to the next stage of growth. Just as a seed needs to go through a process of development before it can bloom into something beautiful, you too are being developed in ways you may not yet understand. Your growth often happens in the quiet spaces, when you're alone, when you're reflecting, when you're still. These moments are just as important as the outward actions you take. God's divine ordering of your steps isn't just about the big moments. It's about the quiet whispers, the small nudges, the moments of intuition that guide you. Have you ever had a moment where something just felt right, where you were in the right place at the right time, and you knew that your presence in that moment was no coincidence? That is divine timing. That is God ordering your steps, even when you weren't fully aware of it. You may have looked back on those moments and realized that they were exactly what you needed, even if you didn't see it at the time. There is no mistake in the way your life unfolds. There is a higher power at work, aligning the pieces of your life in ways you may not fully understand yet. Perhaps you are in a season of waiting right now. It may feel like you are standing still, waiting for the next step to reveal itself. It can be frustrating to be in this place, especially when you feel as though time is passing and nothing is happening. But this waiting period is just as important as any other part of your journey. This is the time when you are being shaped, when the foundation is being laid for the things to come. Just as a building cannot be constructed without a solid foundation, so too must you be grounded before the next phase of your life unfolds. Trust that the divine is working in this moment, even if it feels like nothing is moving. When you allow yourself to rest in the knowledge that your steps are ordered, you stop fighting the process. You stop trying to force things to happen. Instead, you begin to trust the divine flow of your life. You allow yourself to be guided by the intuition that comes from within, knowing that you are being led in the right direction. Life is not a race, it is a journey. And every step, no matter how slow, is a step toward your highest good. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. It is in the quiet moments, the moments when you surrender and let go, that the greatest revelations come. When you stop trying to control every detail of your life and instead trust in the divine plan, you open the door for miracles to occur. The divine is always speaking to you, always guiding you, always ordering your steps. But you must be willing to listen. Sometimes the answer you're seeking doesn't come through logic or reasoning. It comes through intuition, through that still, small voice that guides you in the right direction. When you allow yourself to follow that inner guidance, you begin to see how everything in your life is connected. You begin to see how the experiences you've had, the people you've met, and the choices you've made are all part of a grand design. And the more you trust in this design, the more you see how your steps are truly ordered. The divine is never absent in your life. Even in your darkest moments, when you feel lost or confused, the divine is ordering your steps. You may not always see the path clearly, but trust that it is there. You don't need to have all the answers to move forward. All you need to do is trust. Trust that every step is part of your journey. Trust that even when the road is unclear, the divine is leading you to exactly where you need to be. When you surrender to this trust, you open yourself up to the miracles and opportunities that are waiting for you. God is ordering your steps, even in the moments when it feels like you are lost. Keep moving forward, keep trusting, and keep believing your life is unfolding in perfect divine order, one step at a time. Every step you take is being directed. Even when life seems to be full of detours, even when challenges arise that seem to take you off course, trust that there is a purpose behind every moment. What you perceive as setbacks are often divine interventions that are redirecting you to where you need to be. Think of it like a river that sometimes has rocks blocking the path. The water doesn't fight the rocks, it simply flows around them, continuing toward its destination. Your life is like that river. It flows with purpose, and even when obstacles arise, they do not stop the course. They are part of your journey, shaping you, teaching you, and helping you evolve. You may have asked yourself why certain things happen in your life, why certain doors close, or why certain paths seem difficult. Perhaps you've questioned why your prayers seem unanswered, or why things aren't unfolding as you hope. But understand this: God does not work in a way that is immediately visible to you. The answers are not always revealed in the way you expect. Sometimes it is in the waiting, the moments of uncertainty, that the deepest growth happens. In those times when you feel lost or uncertain, your steps are being ordered, even though you cannot see the entire picture. Sometimes you are being led through periods of solitude or confusion, because it is in those moments that you truly find yourself. You see, when the noise of the world quiets down, when the distractions are removed, that is when you can hear the still, small voice guiding you. It is in the silence of those moments that God can truly speak to you, revealing the next step in your journey. Your own thoughts and desires can often cloud your ability to hear what is being directed. But in the quiet, when you still your mind, you open yourself to the divine guidance that has always been present. It's easy to look at others and compare your journey to theirs. It's easy to think that you should be further along, or that you should be experiencing certain things by a certain time. But remember, your journey is yours alone. The steps that you take are yours, and they will lead you exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't always look the way you expected. The timing of your life is perfect, even when it doesn't align with your plans. Trust that what is meant for you will come in its time. The beauty of knowing that your steps are ordered is that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You are not responsible for every outcome. You are simply responsible for staying true to your path, listening to that inner guidance, and trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. When you align with the divine will, when you trust that God is ordering your steps, you can walk with confidence, knowing that every moment is part of a much larger plan. In moments of doubt, when you feel as though you are wandering aimlessly or struggling to see the bigger picture, remind yourself that you are not alone. The divine is with you every step of the way, orchestrating every detail of your journey. Even in the most difficult moments, when it feels like you are moving through the darkness, God is preparing you for the light that is to come. Every trial you face is an opportunity for you to grow, to strengthen your trust, and to become the person you are meant to be. There is no wasted moment in your life. Every experience, no matter how painful or challenging, is shaping you into who you are called to be. As you move forward, remember that faith is not about knowing the outcome. Faith is about trusting that no matter what happens, you are being guided. It's about stepping into the unknown with the assurance that each step is bringing you closer to your divine purpose. You may not always see where you are going, but trust that you are on the right path. It is in your willingness to trust, to surrender, and to have faith in the process that you will find peace, joy, and fulfillment. When you stop trying to control the details and instead trust that your steps are being ordered, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. You release the burden of needing to know everything, of feeling like you must control every outcome. The divine plan is unfolding for you in ways that are far beyond what you can imagine. Your part is simply to walk in faith, to take each step as it comes, and to trust that each step is leading you closer to your highest good. There are moments in your life when it may feel like everything is happening to you. You may feel as though life is out of your control and that you are simply a passive participant in your own story. But when you trust that your steps are ordered, you realize that you are not just a passive participant, you are an active creator. You are co-creating your life with the divine. You are choosing with each thought and each action to move in alignment with your divine purpose. It is not a matter of waiting for life to happen to you. It is a matter of walking in faith and taking the steps that are ordered for you. There is no need to rush, to force, or to try to make things happen before their time. Just as the flowers do not rush to bloom, but open to the warmth of the sun in their own time, so too must you trust the natural unfolding of your life. Every step is a step toward the divine timing that is perfect for you. You don't need to compare your journey to anyone else's. What is meant for you will find its way to you, and it will come in the perfect time. The only thing you need to do is stay present, keep moving forward, and trust that each step is part of a beautiful and divine plan. When you are connected to the divine, when you align your will with God's will, your steps are not only ordered, they are blessed. You begin to see how everything in your life is aligned, even the things that once seemed unrelated, the people you meet, the experiences you have, the challenges you face, everything is working together for your highest good. Even when you cannot see how it all fits together, trust that it is. Everything is coming together in ways that will exceed your expectations. The most important thing you can do is surrender. Surrender your doubts, your fears, and your need for control. When you surrender to the divine plan, you open yourself to the fullness of life. You stop fighting against the flow, and instead you begin to move with it. Life is not about forcing things to happen. It is about allowing the divine order to unfold naturally. When you trust that your steps are being ordered, you can relax and let go of the anxiety and stress that often come with trying to figure everything out. You don't need to know all the answers. You just need to trust that God has already ordered your steps. So as you move forward in your life, remember this: your steps are being ordered. You are not alone. Even when you cannot see the way, know that it is being made clear for you. Trust in the divine guidance that is always with you. Take each step with faith, with confidence, and with the knowledge that you are moving towards something beautiful and divine. Your steps are ordered, and with each one, you are moving closer to the life you are meant to live. The divine plan is unfolding for you in ways that you cannot yet imagine, and each step you take is part of that perfect design. Trust in the process. Your journey is not by accident. It is a well-planned path, written in the stars, laid out with care and love. Every step you take is already ordained, perfectly designed to bring you to where you are meant to be. When you begin to understand this, you stop questioning, stop fearing, and start trusting. You realize that you do not have to understand every detail. You do not have to see the entire road ahead. All you need to do is to trust that your steps are being ordered, that you are being guided every moment of your life. Even when you cannot see it, even when you feel like you're stumbling in the dark, trust that the light is shining for you just around the next corner. The power of this trust is transformative. It changes the way you approach life, the way you see challenges, and the way you respond to obstacles. You stop seeing them as burdens or frustrations and start seeing them as part of the plan. When you encounter something difficult, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this teaching me? What is God trying to show me?" You realize that nothing is random. Everything in your life is purposeful, even when it feels uncomfortable or hard. This transformation happens gradually. There may be moments when doubt creeps in. You may question whether the path you're on is the right one. But the more you embrace the truth that your steps are ordered, the more confident you become in your journey. Every time you step forward in faith, no matter how small the step, you are affirming that you trust in the divine plan. Each step is a declaration that you believe in what you cannot see, and that you are willing to walk toward the unknown because you know it is leading you to something good, to something far greater than you could imagine. You are constantly being guided. Every day, in every moment, the divine is working behind the scenes to ensure that you are moving closer to your purpose. It is like a gentle hand leading you forward, subtly shifting you in the right direction. You may not always be aware of it, but the divine is continually guiding you, orchestrating events and circumstances to lead you to the right place at the right time. Trust that when something unexpected happens, it is not an accident. It is a divine adjustment, a nudge in the right direction. The universe is constantly aligning itself to bring you closer to your destiny. When you surrender to the divine plan, you stop forcing your own way. You stop trying to control everything, trying to make things happen before their time. You begin to live in harmony with the flow of life, trusting that the right opportunities, people, and experiences will come to you when the time is right. You stop chasing after things that do not serve you and begin to focus on what truly matters: your inner peace, your growth, and your alignment with the divine. Even in moments of uncertainty, when you don't know where the next step will lead, you can find peace in knowing that you are being guided. You no longer need to have all the answers. You no longer need to know the outcome. You simply need to be present, to trust, and to take each step as it comes. You begin to live in the present moment, not worrying about what's to come, but trusting that the divine is already working it out for you. You walk with confidence, knowing that everything you need is already being provided, that you are never truly alone. As you begin to live with this trust, you start to notice the small miracles that are happening in your life every day. You begin to see the synchronicities, the little signs that affirm you are on the right path. You notice the people who show up at the perfect time, the opportunities that arise when you least expect them, and the moments of clarity that guide your decisions. These are the ways the divine is ordering your steps. The more you open yourself to seeing them, the more they become evident. It is like a dance, life and the divine in perfect harmony, guiding you to exactly where you need to be. Let go of the need to control. Release the need for everything to make sense immediately. Instead, trust that every step is being ordered in its perfect time. Trust that even the waiting is part of the process, preparing you for the next phase of your journey. Life is not about rushing to the finish line. It is about enjoying the process, the unfolding, the learning. As you surrender to the divine plan, you begin to see how every experience, every person, and every challenge is a piece of the puzzle, leading you to your ultimate purpose. When you learn to trust that your steps are ordered, you no longer fear the unknown. You no longer worry about making mistakes or taking the wrong path. You understand that the divine is with you every step of the way, and that even if you do stumble or face a setback, it is all part of the journey. Every experience is teaching you something valuable, shaping you into the person you are becoming. There is no such thing as failure when you trust in the divine plan. There is only growth, learning, and evolution. You are not alone in this journey. The divine is always with you, ordering your steps, guiding you, and providing everything you need. You are never without direction. Even in the darkest moments, the divine light is guiding you. It is always there, leading you, comforting you, and showing you the way. Trust in this divine guidance, trust in the steps that are being ordered for you, and know that everything is unfolding perfectly. As you continue on your path, you will begin to see how the divine timing is working in your life. Things will begin to fall into place in ways that you could never have imagined. Opportunities will arise at just the right moment. People will come into your life at the right time, bringing the support and guidance you need. Even the challenges will begin to make sense as you see how they have prepared you for the next step in your journey. You will look back and realize that every step you have taken, every turn you have made, has been leading you to this moment. The power of trusting that your steps are ordered is that it releases you from the burden of needing to know everything. It frees you from the anxiety of trying to control your life and forces you to surrender to the flow. The more you surrender, the more you realize that everything is already working out for you. You begin to move through life with a sense of peace, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor. Your trust becomes your greatest strength, and you begin to see that your life is unfolding in ways that are beyond your wildest dreams. This is how the divine works in your life. It orders your steps, guides you, and leads you exactly where you need to go. Every moment, every decision, every experience is part of the plan. Your steps are not random. They are divinely ordered, leading you to the life you are meant to live. Trust in this process, trust in the timing, and trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. The divine has already set your path. All you have to do is walk it with faith, confidence, and trust. Trust that every moment, every interaction, and every step you take is part of a bigger plan. You are never lost, and there is no such thing as a wrong decision. Even when things don't appear to make sense, you must understand that everything is happening for your highest good. The divine is guiding you every moment, leading you to exactly where you need to be. This knowledge allows you to let go of fear, anxiety, and doubt. You no longer worry about the future because you know that your steps are already ordered. As you walk through life with this knowing, something beautiful happens. You begin to feel a deep sense of peace that transcends circumstances. It's not because everything is perfect around you, but because you trust that it's all unfolding according to a divine plan. You stop looking for outside validation because you know you are aligned with something far greater. The universe, God, or whatever you call it, is conspiring on your behalf. The more you lean into this trust, the more you begin to see divine order in your life. You start to recognize the moments when the pieces fall into place. You start to notice the small things, the right people coming into your life at the right time, the opportunities showing up when you need them most, and the unexpected blessings that seem to appear out of nowhere. These are the ways in which the divine is guiding your steps. These are the signs that affirm that you are walking in alignment with the path that has already been set for you. One of the most profound aspects of understanding that your steps are ordered is the realization that you are never truly alone. Even in moments of solitude or uncertainty, you are being guided. The divine is with you at all times, helping you, leading you, and providing for you. It's easy to feel lost or disconnected when you're going through difficult times, but it's during these moments that you must hold on to the truth that your steps are ordered. You are exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't feel that way at the moment. The universe is guiding you even in your moments of confusion. There will be times when it feels like you've taken a wrong turn, when you look back and wonder if you should have done something differently. But the truth is, every step, even those that seem like mistakes, is part of the grand plan. Every experience is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for what's ahead. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we should have the perfect path or that we should avoid mistakes. But in reality, these moments are the very steps that lead us to growth and transformation. The divine works through all of it, the successes and the failures, the joy and the pain, the highs and the lows. All of it is part of the divine plan for you. There is no wasted experience. You might feel that there are times when you're walking through the wilderness, times when it seems like nothing is happening. But even in these quiet, waiting times, the divine is working. There is a rhythm to life, and sometimes that rhythm requires us to pause, to rest, and to prepare. These times are not wasted, for they are part of the process of ordering your steps. Trust that when you don't see the next step clearly, it's because it's not yet time. Trust that when things seem to be slowing down, it's because the universe is aligning something even greater for you. Remember that the divine timing is always perfect. The universe has its own pace, and it's not always the pace we want. We often want things to happen quickly, to see instant results. But the beauty of trusting in the ordered steps is understanding that timing is everything. When you're ready, the next step will appear. When you've done the inner work, the doors will open. It's all part of the process. Every delay, every moment of waiting is part of your growth, your preparation, and your alignment. The more you trust in this process, the more you become aware of the subtle guidance around you. The universe communicates with you in many ways, through your thoughts, your feelings, your intuition, and even through other people. As you become more attuned to this guidance, you'll start to see signs in your everyday life. Maybe it's a song on the radio that seems to speak directly to you, or a conversation with a stranger that offers exactly the insight you need. These signs are not coincidences. They are the divine ordering your steps, confirming that you are on the right path. When you trust that your steps are ordered, you begin to feel a deep sense of empowerment. You no longer feel like you are at the mercy of life's circumstances, but instead you realize that you are co-creating your reality with the divine. You are not simply reacting to life, you are participating in the unfolding of your own destiny. The more you trust in the process, the more you begin to see the magic of life. The mundane becomes miraculous when you realize that every detail is carefully orchestrated for your highest good. This realization doesn't mean that everything will always be easy. There will still be challenges, obstacles, and times when it feels like things aren't going your way. But what it does mean is that you can approach these challenges with a sense of peace and assurance. You can trust that everything is happening for a reason, and that even the difficult times are part of the plan. In fact, it's often during the most challenging times that we learn the most, that we grow the most. And it's in those moments that we realize how strong we truly are, how much we are capable of, and how perfectly the divine is guiding us. When you begin to recognize how your steps are ordered, you start to see the interconnectedness of everything. You realize that nothing is random. Every person you meet, every experience you have, every moment you live is part of a larger plan. You are not separate from the world around you. You are an integral part of the greater whole. You are always being guided toward your purpose, always being directed toward your highest good. Living with this awareness transforms the way you approach life. You no longer have to strive or force things to happen. You simply align with the divine flow, trust that your steps are ordered, and move with the rhythm of life. The more you surrender to this flow, the more effortless life becomes. You stop resisting, stop trying to control every aspect, and instead you allow life to unfold in its perfect timing. Every day is an opportunity to walk in faith, to take the next step with confidence, and to trust that the divine is guiding you. Your steps are already ordered. You are not walking alone. You are being led every moment toward your purpose. It's time to let go of doubt, to release fear, and to trust in the divine guidance that is always present. When you trust that your steps are ordered, you live in alignment with your highest self, and everything begins to fall into place. Understand that your steps are not random or by chance. They are divinely ordered every single day. Even in moments of uncertainty or when things feel out of your control, trust that the path is being laid out for you with perfect timing and precision. The universe, God, or whatever higher force you believe in is constantly guiding you, leading you through experiences that are helping you grow and prepare for the future you are meant to live. When you embrace this truth, you begin to see that every moment, no matter how challenging, is part of a larger design. Your faith in the divine order of your life allows you to walk with confidence and peace, knowing that you are not alone and that every step is guiding you closer to your purpose. It's time to release control, surrender to the flow, and trust that your steps are being ordered perfectly. In doing so, you unlock a life of alignment, peace, and divine fulfillment. Keep moving forward with faith, and remember, your steps are already ordered. You are always exactly where you need to be. Act as if you have already won millions. This isn't just a phrase, a fleeting thought, or wishful thinking. It's the very core of how the universe operates. What you believe, what you deeply feel, is what manifests in your life. It's as simple as that. The mind is a powerful creator, and the way it creates is through the feeling of already having what it desires. Think of the time when you have had a strong, burning desire for something. Maybe you wanted a promotion, a car, or a home. If you truly believed it was already yours, what would you do? How would you walk? How would you carry yourself? Would your thoughts be filled with worry about how to get it, or would they be filled with gratitude for its arrival? When you act as if you already have it, the universe must follow suit. It can't help but give you what you believe you already possess. The idea of acting as if you have already won millions goes beyond just the physical manifestation of wealth. It's a state of mind. It's an embodiment of abundance. When you are fully immersed in the feeling of already having millions, it doesn't matter what the outside world looks like. Your inner world aligns with what you are consciously claiming. Consider for a moment the feeling of relief, peace, and joy that comes from knowing all your needs are already met. No more worrying about bills, no more anxiety over the future. This feeling is not reserved for the future. It's not something you wait for. It's something you create right now. Your emotions are the key. They are the magnetic force that draws in everything you have ever wanted. And when you feel as though you already have everything you desire, you're in the perfect state to receive it. The world, as it appears to you, is only a reflection of your inner world. If you believe that you are always struggling, always searching, always seeking, then that will be the reality you create. However, if you choose to live as though you have already won, as though you are already living in abundance, everything in your world will eventually align with that energy. It's inevitable. The secret is not in waiting for the circumstances to change before you act. The secret is in changing your mindset, your feelings, and your belief system right now. When you can embody the feeling of already having what you desire, you begin to see the results in your life. It's not a future event that's coming your way, it's a present experience that you're calling forth. There is no shortage in the universe, there is only abundance, and the universe reflects back to you what you are internally vibrating. So take a moment each day and feel the joy of already having everything you need. Feel the gratitude for the millions you've already won. Feel the freedom and security that comes with knowing that your success is already yours. Live in that feeling. It's a powerful vibration, one that cannot be denied. You must trust the process. Understand that once you plant that seed in your mind and feel the emotions associated with already having, the universe has no choice but to bring it into your reality. It cannot do otherwise. It is the law of the universe. So, walk through your day as if the millions are already in your bank account. Dress as if you already have the wealth, the power, and the confidence you desire. Speak as if you already know your worth. Your actions should reflect the person you are becoming, not the person you were yesterday. If you walk as if you are already victorious, victory must follow you. This is the power that you hold. This is how you create your world. Your imagination is the tool that shapes your reality, and the emotions you attach to that imagination fuel its manifestation. You are the creator of your life. The universe is simply responding to what you believe and feel. The more you embody the feeling of already having millions, the faster that reality will appear in your physical world. There is no waiting, there is no struggle. The moment you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the belief that you are already victorious, the universe begins to move in your favor. You see, the mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It reacts to the images and feelings that you present to it. This is where the power lies. The reason why people fail to manifest their desires is because they wait for external conditions to change before they act as if they have already won. But the key to unlocking your potential and manifesting your desires is to start acting in alignment with your goal before it even materializes. It's about becoming the person who already has everything, not waiting to become that person when things improve. The moment you decide to adopt this mindset, you are stepping into a new reality. Imagine yourself right now with all the wealth you desire, the luxury you dream of, the freedom you crave. How would you wake up in the morning? How would you approach your day? What would your energy be like? You would walk into your day with the assurance that everything is taken care of. There would be no fear, no anxiety. You would not be second-guessing your decisions, wondering how things are going to work out. You would already know. You would be the person who walks with grace, with confidence, knowing that the universe is already delivering what you have asked for. So take a deep breath and feel that feeling of already having it all. Feel the comfort of financial freedom. Feel the power of knowing that everything you desire is within your grasp, that you can achieve anything because it is already yours in the unseen world. The moment you feel this in your body, you create an energy field that attracts that very thing. You don't have to worry about how it will come, when it will come, or who will help you get there. Just focus on the feeling of already having it. When you act as if you've already won millions, you are stepping into the vibration of success. You are aligning your energy with that of abundance. You are no longer operating from a place of lack or limitation. You are choosing to step beyond the limitations of your current circumstances and into the world of unlimited possibilities. And in that world, you are already a millionaire, a success, a person of power and influence. Your outer world is simply a reflection of what you are embodying within. Think about a time in your life when you felt truly successful. Maybe it was when you achieved something small, or when you first realized that you had a special gift or talent. How did you feel in that moment? Did you feel unstoppable? Did you feel like the world was yours for the taking? That feeling is not reserved for that one moment. That feeling can be yours every single day. You have the ability to recreate that sense of success at any moment. All you have to do is connect to that feeling and hold it with every fiber of your being. Now let's break this down. Acting as if you have already won millions means living in the end result. The key is to feel the emotion of already having it. Don't focus on the lack of what you don't have right now. Focus instead on the abundance that is already here. The moment you start to feel as though your desires are already fulfilled, you activate the law of attraction. The universe begins to work in mysterious ways to bring that reality to life. It's like planting a seed in the fertile ground of your mind, then watering it with your feelings of gratitude, joy, and belief. And soon that seed will sprout into the reality you have imagined. This isn't just a concept for the wealthy or the lucky. This is a law that works for anyone at any time. It doesn't matter where you are right now, what your current financial situation is, or what challenges you may be facing. The only thing that matters is what you believe is possible for you. When you adopt the mindset that you have already won, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Your potential is limitless, and your current circumstances are only a reflection of past thinking. The moment you begin to shift your inner world, the outer world has no choice but to follow. One of the most powerful things you can do in this process is to silence the voices of doubt. Every time you feel yourself questioning how or when it will happen, remember that you are creating your reality right now. Do not allow past failures or mistakes to shape your future. They are irrelevant. Your past does not define you. What matters is the present moment and the energy you are giving off. You have the power to change your story right now by simply changing your thoughts and feelings. Think about how a successful millionaire would think. They would not waste time worrying about how to make money or whether they are good enough. They would know without a doubt that their success is inevitable. They would feel the freedom of already being successful and would walk with that confidence in every step. And that is exactly the mindset you must adopt. You must stop waiting for external circumstances to change before you believe in your own success. The universe is waiting for you to act as if it has already delivered. And once you do, the floodgates open. Now consider your actions. If you already had millions, would you be afraid to take bold steps? Would you be hesitant to pursue opportunities that align with your desires? No. You would move with confidence, knowing that nothing could stand in your way. You would take risks, make investments, and surround yourself with people who align with your vision. You would operate from a place of certainty, not fear. This is the energy you need to embody. It's the energy of someone who already knows they are destined for greatness. When you live as if your desires are already fulfilled, you begin to attract people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with that belief. The world will mirror back to you the confidence and success you carry within. But there is one more thing to remember. As you begin to embody this new way of being, you must also let go of the need for control. Trust the process. The universe works in its own time, and your job is to be patient and trusting. The moment you release your attachment to the outcome and allow things to unfold naturally, that's when the miracles begin to happen. You don't need to know the how or the when. You just need to know that it is already done. When you live with the understanding that everything you desire is already on its way, you begin to take inspired action. This is the action that is aligned with your highest self. You won't be forcing things to happen. You will be walking with ease, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to the reality you've already created in your mind. The true power comes when you combine the feeling of having already won with the inspired action that flows effortlessly from that feeling. You begin to move through life with grace, knowing that everything you need is already coming to you. There is no rush, no struggle, only an unwavering belief that you are already a success. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to stop doubting your ability to achieve greatness. The truth is, you have already won. You just need to act as if you have. By shifting your energy, your thoughts, and your beliefs, you activate the laws of the universe that are always working in your favor. Once you do this, nothing can stop you from manifesting the life you desire. The universe will respond in kind, bringing you the success, abundance, and freedom you are already living in your mind. You are already the person you are meant to be. It's time to step into that power and live the life that has always been waiting for you. Every desire, every dream, every goal that you've ever had is already yours. Now it's up to you to act like it. The universe is ready to deliver. All you have to do is accept it. You see, this is not just about the thoughts that cross your mind in fleeting moments. It's about how deeply you can embody the reality that you are already successful. It's about making that feeling of abundance, of victory, of knowing that your dreams are already accomplished, so ingrained in your being that it becomes natural. You must stop thinking of success as something far in the future, as something that you reach after years of struggle. Success is a feeling, it's a state of mind. And once you realize that, you unlock the door to your limitless potential. When you stop waiting for success and instead act as though it has already arrived, you create an entirely different energy. Imagine waking up every day knowing you are already wealthy. How would that change your thoughts, your attitude, your interactions with others? You would no longer be stressing over small details, second-guessing decisions, or worrying about the future. The act of already possessing the wealth, the life, the success you desire creates a new lens through which you experience the world. You don't see lack anymore. You see opportunity, possibility, and expansion. You no longer are seeking validation from external sources because you already know who you are. You are already the embodiment of success. And that truth resonates throughout every aspect of your life. The shift begins with a simple decision to choose the life you want right now. You have to make the choice to decide that you are already worthy of the life you envision. And that decision must come with unwavering faith and trust. Faith that you are on the right path. Faith that everything you desire is already coming to you. And trust that the universe is orchestrating everything for your highest good. No matter what you see in front of you, no matter how things may appear to the naked eye, trust that everything is working behind the scenes, aligning perfectly for your success. And it is easy to get distracted by what is happening around you. Your current circumstances may not reflect the abundance you desire, but the truth is, they don't matter. Your reality is shaped by your thoughts and feelings. And when you align yourself with the feeling of already having won, you activate the creative forces of the universe. The only way for anything to change is for you to change within. Once you make that internal shift, everything else must follow. The universe can only reflect what you are embodying. So ask yourself, what would you do today if you already had millions? Would you be more confident? Would you take bigger risks? Would you start new projects? The power lies in your willingness to act from that place of certainty, from that place of knowing. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. The perfect moment is right now, and it's already here. By embodying the success you desire, you begin to send out a vibration of abundance, and the universe matches that vibration. Opportunities that you may have never noticed before will start appearing. Doors that were once closed will begin to open, and people who align with your vision will start to enter your life. This is not a coincidence. This is the law of attraction at work. There's no need to struggle. There's no need to worry. The act of living as if you've already won millions is a form of surrender. It's about releasing the fear of lack and stepping into the certainty of abundance. When you stop looking for proof of your success and instead start embodying the feeling of it, you immediately attract more of it into your life. This is not about forcing outcomes. It's about allowing what you've already claimed in your mind and heart to unfold effortlessly in the physical world. The universe is not concerned with time. We often think that we have to wait for the right moment, for the perfect conditions, for everything to be in place before we can claim success. But the truth is, you can have everything you desire in this very moment. Because the moment you decide that it's already yours, it is. You are the creator of your reality. and your power lies in how you choose to see yourself and your world. Once you embrace the idea that success is already yours, you stop chasing it. You stop running after something that already exists. And this is where true power is found. When you realize that what you've been chasing was always within you. Living as if you've already won also means treating yourself with the respect and dignity that you would give someone who has already accomplished their dreams. How would you carry yourself? Would you allow negative self-talk or doubts to creep in? No, you would speak to yourself with love, compassion, and encouragement. You would no longer question your worth or second-guess your abilities. You would trust that everything you need is already within you and that you are deserving of everything you've ever dreamed of. You must raise your standards and hold yourself to the highest possible vision of who you are. This is how you attract your desires. Not by begging for them, but by knowing that they are already yours. If you truly believed that you were already a success, you would stop making excuses. You would stop procrastinating. You would stop saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." You would take action today. You would show up for your dreams as if they were already in your possession. You would pour your energy into what matters because you would know that every step you take brings you closer to the life you have already claimed. The universe responds to your action, and when you act as if it's already done, your actions are charged with a new level of certainty and power. One of the most profound shifts you can make is letting go of the attachment to the how. You don't need to know the exact steps or the exact process that will lead to your success. All you need to know is that it is already done and that the universe will show you the way. Your job is to stay in alignment with the feeling of success and to trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. When you are not attached to how things are going to happen, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. You are no longer limiting yourself to the ways you think success should show up. Instead, you allow the universe to surprise you, to show you opportunities and pathways you may have never considered. As you continue to live as though you've already won, you will start to notice small shifts in your environment. Maybe it's a conversation with a stranger that leads to an opportunity. Maybe it's an unexpected check in the mail, or perhaps it's just a feeling of peace and joy that washes over you, knowing that everything is in its right place. These small shifts are signs that the universe is responding to your new energy. And the more you maintain this energy of already having it all, the bigger the manifestations will become. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when the old thought patterns of fear and lack try to return. But in those moments, remind yourself that you are already the person who has everything you desire. Your success is already guaranteed, and nothing in the external world can change that. When you feel fear, replace it with trust. When you feel doubt, replace it with faith. And when you feel unsure, replace it with the knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust that everything is already falling into place. The key to manifesting the life you desire is not in waiting for it to come to you. It's in stepping into the feeling of already having it. The more you embody this feeling, the more your external world will shift to match it. Your reality will reflect your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And when you truly believe that you are already a millionaire, already a success, and already deserving of all the abundance life has to offer, the universe must deliver. So, act as if you have already won. Live as though your success is inevitable, because it is. You have the power to create the life you desire. It is already yours. All you have to do is claim it. When you embody that feeling of already having everything you need, you align yourself with the flow of the universe, and everything begins to fall into place. The journey is not about waiting. It is about knowing. And once you know that your success is already written in the stars, you begin to live with the certainty of someone who already has everything they've ever dreamed of. The essence of this teaching lies in understanding that the universe works in alignment with your consciousness. If you wish to change your external circumstances, the only place where true transformation begins is within. So when you act as if you have already won millions, you are essentially changing your internal state to one of abundance. And this is where the magic begins. Your external reality, no matter how it may seem at the moment, is just a reflection of the inner world you've been holding on to. This reality can shift in an instant when you decide to see yourself as already having achieved everything you desire. You see, the key is not to seek outside validation or approval. The world is not waiting for you to prove yourself worthy of success. The universe doesn't care about your past mistakes or what you did or didn't do yesterday. The only thing that matters is your belief in the present moment. Right now, in this very instant, you are the person who has achieved your dreams. And everything you need is already within you. Your beliefs create your reality. If you believe that you are already wealthy, already successful, already living the life you desire, the universe has no choice but to mirror that belief. Think about it. How often do you sabotage your own success by waiting for the right time, for the perfect conditions, or for the right person to come along? The truth is, the right time is now. There is no perfect moment to act, because the universe is always in motion, always ready to bring your desires into manifestation. The moment you decide to act as though you've already won, you align with the energy of success, and in doing so, you activate the very forces needed to bring that success into your life. You must let go of the tendency to hold back, to second guess, or to hesitate. Success is not something you wait for, it's something you embody. As you act as though you've already won, you naturally begin to take the necessary steps to create that reality. The action you take from a place of certainty and abundance is far more powerful than the action you take from a place of lack and doubt. When you act as if you are already the person who has everything you desire, the path forward becomes clear, and the universe begins to remove obstacles from your way. It's important to recognize that acting as if you have already won doesn't mean ignoring your current reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It means choosing to respond to those challenges as someone who is already a success. Challenges and setbacks are part of life, but how you respond to them is what truly matters. If you face difficulties with the mindset of someone who has already overcome them, they lose their power over you. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth, learning, and evolution. When you choose to act as if you have already won, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for someone else to give you the green light. You become the one who takes charge of your destiny, who takes inspired action, and who leads with confidence. You don't need validation from others because you have already validated yourself. The power to create your desired reality is in your hands, and once you realize this, you unlock your full potential. Living as though you've already won also involves embracing gratitude in every moment. Gratitude is the key to receiving more. When you are grateful for everything you already have, you open yourself up to receive even more. The more you act from a place of gratitude, the more you align with the energy of abundance. Gratitude is a magnetic force that draws in more of what you desire. So, as you act as if you've already won, practice gratitude for everything in your life, whether it's the small things or the big things. Be grateful for the money you have, for the opportunities you've already been given, for the relationships that nourish you, and for the life you're currently living. As you cultivate gratitude, you raise your vibration, and the universe responds in kind. In the same way, acting as if you have already won also means trusting the process, even when things aren't immediately apparent. Success doesn't always show up in the form that we expect. The universe works in mysterious ways, and it's important to remain open to the many forms that abundance can take. Perhaps the money you desire will come through a new business venture, or maybe it will come through a surprise inheritance. Perhaps it will come in the form of an unexpected job offer or an opportunity you never anticipated. Whatever form it takes, trust that everything is happening for your highest good, and that the universe is delivering what you've asked for in the perfect timing. It's also important to understand that your external reality doesn't dictate your worth. Just because things may not look the way you want them to right now, doesn't mean that you aren't worthy of the life you desire. Your worthiness is not determined by what you currently have or by how much money is in your bank account. Your worthiness is inherent, and once you realize that, You stop striving for external validation. You no longer seek approval from others because you know, deep down, that you are already enough. You are already deserving of all the wealth, success, and abundance that life has to offer. As you continue to act as though you've already won, you begin to tap into your inner strength and wisdom. You realize that you are more than capable of handling whatever comes your way. You trust in your abilities, and you trust that you have everything you need to create the life you want. The more you embody this mindset, the more you begin to attract the people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your vision. You stop chasing after things, and instead you allow them to come to you. The act of living as though you've already won millions is a powerful tool for manifesting your desires. It is not about pretending or forcing something into existence. It is about aligning yourself with the energy of success, abundance, and possibility. Once you embody that energy, the universe has no choice but to match it. The law of attraction is always at work, and when you vibrate at the frequency of abundance, you draw in all that you desire. As you continue to walk this path of acting as if you've already won, remember that it is a journey of self-discovery. You will learn new things about yourself along the way. You will uncover hidden strengths, talents, and abilities that you never knew you had. You will discover a deeper sense of confidence, a stronger belief in yourself, and a greater trust in the universe. Every step you take on this journey brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. Every moment spent in the feeling of already having everything you desire brings you closer to your dreams. At the core of this teaching is the understanding that you are not separate from the universe. You are one with it, and everything you desire is already available to you. The universe is abundant, and it is constantly in a state of giving. But it can only give to you when you are in alignment with that abundance. The more you align with the energy of already having everything you desire, the more the universe responds by bringing those desires into your life. So, begin today. Act as though you have already won millions. Feel the excitement, the joy, the peace, and the gratitude that come with that knowing. Step into your power and allow the universe to unfold in the most beautiful way possible. Know that the life you desire is already yours, and the only thing left to do is to live it. You are a magnet for abundance. And when you act as if you have already won, you activate the full force of the universe to bring your desires into fruition. I'm delighted to continue expanding this thought. Acting as if you have already won millions is a decision, a conscious choice to embody the version of yourself who has achieved your goals. When you make this decision, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. A seed that, if nourished with consistent belief and emotion, will grow into the reality of your desires. It's not about waiting for something outside of you to change, but about embracing the power you have within to reshape your reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings create the blueprint for your life. The universe is constantly responding to the signals you send out. And when you act as if you have already won, you are sending out signals of abundance, prosperity, and certainty. Imagine waking up each morning with the knowing that you are already the person you've always dreamed of becoming. You're no longer chasing after success because success is already a part of you. You're no longer hoping for financial freedom because you are already living it. Your actions are no longer fueled by fear, doubt, or scarcity. Instead, they are propelled by confidence, certainty, and a deep sense of inner peace. You see, acting as if you have already won doesn't just affect your thoughts. It affects your entire energy. You begin to walk differently, talk differently, and even think differently. Your actions align with your vision, and the world begins to reflect that back to you. One of the most powerful aspects of this practice is the shift it creates in your relationship with time. You no longer feel like you're racing against the clock, hoping that someday, somehow, things will change. You begin to understand that time is a malleable concept and that the only moment that truly exists is now. Your past does not determine your future, and your future is not something that is going to be given to you at a later date. The future is being created in this very moment. When you act as though you have already won, you bring the future into the present. You stop waiting for things to line up, and you begin to live as if everything you desire is already yours. The reality of abundance, wealth, and success is not something that exists only in the distant future. It exists right now, in the present moment, and the only thing standing in the way of you experiencing it is the belief that it is not yet yours. As you change your thoughts and your feelings, you unlock the door to the abundance that has always been available to you. This is not about pretending or faking it. It's about recognizing the truth that the wealth and success you desire are already present within you, waiting to be expressed. When you act as if you have already won millions, you are affirming your worthiness. You are telling the universe that you are deserving of everything you desire, and this sends out a powerful vibration that attracts more of the same. Many people spend their lives feeling unworthy or waiting for validation from external sources. They believe that they must prove themselves before they can receive abundance or success. However, the key to receiving is knowing deep in your heart that you are worthy right now. Your worth is not tied to your accomplishments, your bank balance, or the approval of others. Your worth is inherent, and when you recognize that, you free yourself to receive everything that life has to offer. The act of embodying success is also a practice of trust. You trust that the universe will provide, not because of any specific actions you take, but because you have already decided that you are worthy and capable of receiving. Trusting in the process means letting go of control and allowing life to unfold in the way that is most aligned with your highest good. You trust that everything is happening for you, not to you, and that the universe is always guiding you toward your highest potential. As you embody the energy of already having won, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. They are no longer hidden from you because you are now in the perfect vibrational alignment to recognize them. Opportunities that were once overlooked are now glaringly obvious, and you find yourself effortlessly moving toward them. The world opens up in ways that you never imagined because your belief in abundance and success has shifted your perception. You begin to see everything as a potential source of opportunity, and this makes life far more exciting and fulfilling. One of the most powerful shifts that happen when you act as though you have already won is the removal of resistance. Resistance is the force that keeps you stuck in old patterns of thought and behavior. It's the part of you that doubts, second guesses, and fears the unknown. But when you act as if you have already won, you dissolve this resistance. You no longer fight against what is. You simply allow things to flow. You become a magnet for what you desire because you are no longer blocking it with negative thoughts or limiting beliefs. As you let go of resistance, you allow the natural flow of abundance to come into your life. You see, abundance is not something you need to chase. It is something you must allow. And the best way to allow it is by acting as if you already have it. When you act as if you have already won millions, you open the door to receive more. The universe cannot give you something if you are closed off to it, if you are constantly living in a state of lack or limitation. The moment you shift your mindset and begin acting as if you are already abundant, you activate the law of attraction, and the universe starts to send you everything you need to match that vibration. Furthermore, acting as though you have already won means that you no longer live in fear of losing what you don't yet have. Many people hold on to their desires so tightly, afraid that if they let go, they will never get what they want. But the truth is, holding on to your desires with fear only keeps them out of reach. When you act as if you have already won, you are in a state of non-attachment. You no longer obsess over how, when, or where your desires will come from. You simply trust that they are already on their way and that they are already yours. This sense of ease and detachment allows the universe to deliver your desires with speed and grace. By living in this way, you also begin to notice how much your reality shifts to match your new beliefs. The people you meet, the opportunities that arise, and the circumstances in which you find yourself all start to reflect the new, empowered version of yourself. People start to treat you differently because you are treating yourself differently. Your self-worth, confidence, and belief in your own success become evident to everyone around you, and as a result, they begin to mirror that back to you. This is the power of acting as if you have already won millions. It is not about waiting for external circumstances to change, but about changing your internal world so that everything else follows suit. The key to manifesting your desires is in the way you choose to live and think every single day. When you live as if you have already won, you are putting the law of attraction into action. You are no longer waiting for something outside of you to change. Instead, you are changing your inner world and aligning it with the success, abundance, and happiness you desire. The more you embody the energy of already having, the more that energy will begin to flow into your life. The truth is, abundance is not a future event. It is a present state of being. By acting as though you have already won, you are aligning with that abundance and allowing it to manifest in your life. So take a moment right now to think about what it would feel like to already have everything you desire. Feel the emotions, see the success, and embrace the reality of already having 1 million. As you do this, you shift your energy and begin to draw the life you've always dreamed of closer to you. Now is the time to step into that version of yourself. Stop waiting for the world to change. Start living as if it already has. When you act as if you have already won, you are no longer the person who is seeking success. You are the person who is living it. And once you take this step, the universe will rise up to meet you, bringing your desires into reality faster than you can imagine. The power of living as though you have already won lies in your ability to shift from a place of lack to a place of abundance. So often we operate under the belief that success or wealth is something that is earned in the future, something that will come after years of struggle or hard work. But when you embrace the idea that you have already won, you understand that the key to your success lies not in the amount of effort you exert, but in the belief you hold about yourself and your future. It is not about the destination, but the state of being that you embody in every moment. Imagine yourself in a state where you are so certain of your success that you no longer feel the need to chase after it. When you act as though you have already won, you are signaling to the universe that you trust in your ability to manifest everything you desire. This unwavering trust is what allows abundance to flow into your life. Trust, like faith, is a powerful force that can move mountains. When you trust that your desires are already on their way, you free yourself from the need to control the outcome. This trust allows you to stay in alignment with the vibration of what you want, knowing that the universe is already working behind the scenes to bring it to fruition. The most profound shift happens when you stop living in a constant state of fear and start living in a state of certainty. Fear is a powerful emotion, one that can keep you paralyzed and stuck in the same old patterns of thinking and behaving. But when you act as if you've already won, you no longer have room for fear. You are no longer concerned with what might go wrong or whether you're good enough. You no longer worry about the future or feel anxious about what's next. Instead, you trust in the process and embrace the feeling of already having what you desire. This shift in mindset will change everything. One of the key aspects of acting as though you have already won is living in alignment with your vision. Your vision is the mental image of the life you wish to create, and the clearer and more detailed that image is, the more power you give it. To live as though you've already won, you must visualize your success in vivid detail. Feel the emotions of what it will be like when your dreams have already come true. See yourself waking up in your ideal home, driving your dream car, and living the life you've always wanted. This visualization is not just a passing thought, it is a powerful tool that shapes your reality. When you focus on this vision with the certainty that it is already yours, you are planting the seeds of manifestation. As you continue to hold this vision, you will notice subtle changes in your actions, your thoughts, and your environment. You will begin to make decisions from a place of confidence and clarity rather than fear or doubt. You will naturally begin to gravitate toward the opportunities and people who align with your vision. Your confidence will radiate outward, and those around you will begin to see you as the person you are becoming, not the person you once were. In essence, you are transforming from the inside out. This transformation happens because you are operating from a place of power. When you act as if you have already won, you step into your personal power. You recognize that you are the creator of your reality and that you have the ability to manifest whatever you desire. This is not a matter of chance or luck. It is a matter of divine law and personal alignment. You are the one who determines your future, not external circumstances. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are what shape the world around you. And when you align them with the energy of already having what you want, you activate the law of attraction, which brings your desires into physical form. As you continue to live in alignment with your vision, you begin to experience a sense of peace and joy that comes from knowing that everything you desire is already on its way. This feeling of inner peace is a powerful indicator that you are in perfect alignment with your higher self. When you are in alignment with your true nature, you operate from a place of love, gratitude, and abundance. You no longer feel the need to struggle or force things to happen. Instead, you allow things to unfold naturally, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor. The process of acting as if you've already won is also an exercise in detachment. It is not about holding on tightly to your desires, but about trusting that everything you need is already on its way to you. Detachment is the freedom to let go of the need for control and to trust the process. When you are detached from the outcome, you create space for miracles to occur. You allow the universe to work in ways that you may not be able to see or understand. And in that space, the most extraordinary things happen. Opportunities that you never imagined begin to show up, and the people you need to help you along your journey appear as if by magic. Detachment also means that you are not attached to any specific form of success. You understand that success can take many different forms and that it doesn't always look the way you expect it to. By letting go of rigid expectations, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that the universe has to offer. When you act as if you've already won, you are saying that you are open to receiving success in whatever form it comes. You trust that what is meant for you will find its way to you, and you are willing to embrace it when it arrives. One of the most powerful aspects of acting as if you've already won is the shift in your energy. Your energy is your vibration, and it is the frequency at which you are operating. When you are in alignment with your desires, your energy is magnetic, and you begin to attract the people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with your vision. Your energy becomes a reflection of the abundance and success you have already created in your mind, and the world begins to mirror that back to you. People who are aligned with your energy will be drawn to you, and the right opportunities will present themselves effortlessly. It is this magnetic energy that brings everything you desire into your life. By embodying the feeling of already having won, you are shifting your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. When you focus on what you already have rather than what you don't have, you shift your vibration to match the frequency of abundance. Gratitude is a key component of this process. By being grateful for everything in your life, you send out a signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude is a powerful tool that helps to amplify your desires and brings them into physical form more quickly. When you practice gratitude daily, you begin to see the abundance that already exists in your life. You realize that you already have everything you need to be successful and happy. The more you focus on what you are grateful for, the more you attract things to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present. And this shift in focus is what brings more abundance into your life. Acting as if you've already won also means recognizing that there are no limits to what you can achieve. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. When you remove those limits and embrace the idea that anything is possible, you unlock your true potential. You are no longer held back by fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs. You realize that you are capable of achieving greatness, and you begin to take the necessary steps to make that greatness a reality. Your confidence grows, and you begin to see just how powerful you truly are. The power of acting as if you've already won is that it aligns you with your highest self. You begin to operate from a place of love, abundance, and confidence. You stop waiting for the world to change and start creating the world you desire. As you live in this state of alignment, the universe begins to reflect your new beliefs, and the life you've always dreamed of becomes your reality. When you live as though you've already won, you begin to recognize that the power to create is within you, and you stop waiting for permission from the world. You no longer look for external validation or signs of success to prove your worth. You know that the most important validation comes from within, from the unshakable belief in your own potential. This inner knowing is the key to your transformation, and as you trust in your own power, the world will begin to mirror your confidence and belief in yourself. This process of acting as if you've already won isn't just about achieving material wealth or success. It's about embodying the qualities of the person who has already achieved their goals. You are no longer chasing after success because you are already living it. This shift in mindset affects every area of your life, not just your finances. It influences the way you interact with others, the way you take care of your health, the way you pursue your passions, and the way you show up in the world. When you live from this place of certainty and abundance, everything you touch is transformed. The key to manifesting your desires is the way you perceive your own worth. If you believe that you are worthy of success, then success will naturally follow. But if you continue to view yourself as lacking or unworthy, then the manifestation of your desires will be delayed. The universe can only reflect back to you what you believe about yourself. This is why it is so important to hold the vision of yourself as already having won, because when you do, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. You are telling the universe that you are not waiting for permission to succeed, you are claiming it as your birthright. As you embody the mindset of a winner, you also begin to embody the characteristics of a person who knows how to navigate the ups and downs of life. A person who has already won understands that challenges and obstacles are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth. You begin to see every setback as a chance to learn, adapt, and become even stronger. The mindset of abundance allows you to take risks and make bold decisions without the fear of failure holding you back. You understand that every mistake is part of the journey, and that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. When you act as if you have already won, you are also stepping into the flow of divine timing. You are no longer rushing or forcing things to happen. Instead, you trust that everything will come to you at the perfect time, and you remain patient as you continue to embody the energy of already having what you desire. Trusting in divine timing means releasing the need to control the outcome and allowing the universe to deliver your desires in the most perfect way possible. You let go of resistance and allow yourself to flow with the current of life, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This alignment with divine timing requires a deep sense of patience and faith. It is easy to get caught up in the desire for instant results, but true success comes when you trust the process and allow things to unfold in their own time. When you act as if you have already won, you stop measuring your progress by external milestones and begin to measure it by the way you feel. Your internal state becomes the barometer for your success, and as you continue to feel abundant, successful, and at peace, you know that everything is unfolding as it should. By adopting the mindset of already having won, you are also shifting your relationship with time. You no longer view time as something you are running out of. Instead, you recognize that time is an infinite resource and you have all the time you need to manifest your desires. This shift allows you to operate with a sense of ease and grace rather than stress and urgency. When you are not attached to a specific timeline, you create space for miracles to occur and for your desires to come to you in ways that are beyond your imagination. The power of acting as if you have already won also lies in your ability to influence the energy around you. Your energy is contagious, and when you step into your power and act with confidence, others around you begin to mirror that energy. People will begin to see you as someone who has already achieved their goals, and they will be drawn to you for support, collaboration, or guidance. This magnetic energy attracts like-minded individuals who share your vision and who are ready to help you along your journey. Your success becomes a beacon that inspires others to rise up and claim their own victories. But the power of acting as though you've already won is not just about attracting material success. It is also about the internal transformation that occurs when you live from this mindset. As you embrace the energy of already having everything you desire, you begin to experience a profound sense of inner peace. You stop feeling anxious about the future and begin to experience the joy of living in the present moment. You become less attached to the outcome of your desires and more focused on enjoying the process of becoming the person who has already achieved their goals. This inner peace is the result of surrendering to the flow of life. When you act as if you've already won, you let go of the need to control every detail. You stop worrying about how things will unfold and trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. This trust allows you to experience greater joy and contentment because you are no longer waiting for external circumstances to change in order for you to be happy. Your happiness comes from within, and it is a direct result of the way you choose to perceive your life. As you continue to live as if you've already won, you begin to attract more and more reasons to celebrate. The universe responds to your energy and reflects back to you the abundance you are already embodying. Opportunities for success and fulfillment begin to appear effortlessly, and you are able to receive them with open arms. You start to notice that everything you need is already available to you, and you no longer feel the need to strive or struggle. Your life becomes a reflection of the abundance you hold within, and as you continue to embody this energy, the universe responds with even greater blessings. Acting as if you've already won is not just about visualizing success. It is about becoming the person who is worthy of success. It is about embodying the confidence, peace, and abundance that you wish to see in your life. When you live as though you have already won, you align yourself with the highest version of yourself, and from that place all things are possible. Success is not something you are waiting for. It is something you are living right now. When you embody this energy, you unlock the doors to limitless potential and infinite possibilities. Living as though you've already won brings with it the deep awareness that your power is not dependent on external circumstances. In fact, it is not dependent on time, nor does it rely on the approval or recognition of others. You begin to understand that the external world is simply a reflection of the beliefs you hold within you. As you embrace this understanding, you start to shift from a place of waiting to a place of acting. Acting as if you have already won means stepping into the life you desire with absolute confidence and faith in your own abilities. When you act from this place of certainty, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself or compete with others. You understand that your worth is inherent and not tied to what you have or don't have. This realization brings you peace, for you no longer tie your self-esteem to external markers of success. Instead, you focus on the way you feel and how you show up in every moment. It is not about having everything figured out or knowing every step of the journey. It is about trusting that as you act in alignment with your true self, everything you need will unfold effortlessly. By acting as if you've already won, you are also signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive. You are not living in a state of lack or limitation, but in a state of abundance. You stop worrying about when, where, or how things will manifest. Instead, you remain focused on the feeling of already having what you desire. You experience a shift in your energy, a shift from lack to abundance, from scarcity to unlimited potential. This shift is the catalyst for all that you want to create in your life. When you embrace this mindset, you begin to see life not as something that happens to you, but as something that responds to you. The universe mirrors back the energy you put out, and when you radiate confidence, certainty, and abundance, it can do nothing but respond in kind. You begin to notice how opportunities, people, and resources seem to align with your desires effortlessly. It becomes clear that you are not separate from your dreams, but one with them. The more you act as if you've already won, the more the universe aligns with your energy, creating the perfect conditions for your dreams to manifest. In this space, there is no room for doubt or fear. Acting as if you have already won means that you let go of the small, limiting thoughts that tell you that you are not good enough, not capable enough, or that success is only reserved for others. You recognize that these are merely illusions, beliefs that no longer serve you. The truth is that you are powerful beyond measure, and your desires are simply a reflection of what is already within you. There is nothing you need to prove. Your success is not contingent upon what others think of you, and it is not limited by any external circumstances. You are already living the life of your dreams. You are simply aligning with the truth of who you are. When you live with the certainty of having already won, you take inspired action, and you do so with joy and enthusiasm. You no longer dread the work or the process. Instead, you feel a deep sense of excitement, knowing that everything you are doing is bringing you closer to your vision. You act from a place of passion and purpose, fully engaged in every moment. This energy is contagious and attracts the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances into your life. In acting as if you have already won, you embrace every step of the journey, knowing that each moment is a part of the greater process of creation. You no longer rush through life, trying to get to the next destination. Instead, you savor each moment, trusting that every experience is adding to the richness of your life. You understand that the journey is just as important as the destination, for it is through the journey that you learn, grow, and evolve. Living as though you have already won also means releasing any attachment to specific outcomes. You stop focusing solely on the end result and start embracing the process of creation. When you let go of the need for things to look a certain way, you open yourself up to even greater possibilities. You stop boxing yourself in with rigid expectations and instead trust that the universe has a plan for you that is greater than anything you could ever imagine. The more you release control, the more you allow the universe to deliver your desires in the most perfect and unexpected ways. It is important to remember that the mind does not always understand the timing of the universe. Your human mind may try to rush things, but the divine timing of your life cannot be forced. Acting as if you have already won means that you stop looking at time as your enemy. You trust that everything is happening at the right moment, even if that moment has not yet arrived. This trust gives you peace because you know that every step you take, every choice you make, is a step closer to your manifestation. With this trust comes the freedom to embrace the present moment. You realize that the present moment is where all of your power lies. It is the only moment in which you can create. The past is gone, and the future has not yet arrived. The only place where creation is happening is right here, right now. When you act as if you have already won, you are fully present in the moment. You do not look back with regret or look ahead with fear. Instead, you immerse yourself in the present, knowing that it is in this space that everything is being created. As you continue to embody the energy of already having won, you begin to understand the profound connection between your thoughts and your reality. Your thoughts are powerful creators, and when you focus on the feeling of already having what you desire, you begin to draw it into your life. You begin to see that everything you need is already here, just waiting for you to recognize it. This awareness is what allows your desires to come to fruition. You are not searching for success or happiness. You are simply aligning with the energy of already having it. You are letting go of the need to strive and instead learning to relax into the flow of life. When you live with this knowing, you also begin to influence the world around you in powerful ways. Your energy becomes magnetic, drawing people, resources, and opportunities that align with your vision. People are naturally attracted to your confidence and your calm assurance. They can feel the energy of abundance that radiates from you, and they are drawn to be a part of your journey. In this space, collaboration becomes effortless. The right people come into your life at the perfect time, and the right opportunities present themselves with ease. Living as though you've already won requires a shift in perspective. It requires a willingness to embrace the present moment and to trust in the process of life. It means letting go of any doubts or fears about your worth and instead recognizing the infinite potential within you. As you act as though you have already won, you align yourself with the energy of success, and this alignment opens the door to limitless possibility. Every action you take, every thought you think, and every decision you make is a reflection of the belief that you have already won. Your actions are no longer driven by fear or insecurity. Instead, they are fueled by confidence, passion, and purpose. You begin to trust that everything you need to create your dreams is already within you. As you continue to act as though you have already won, you become a magnet for all that you desire. The universe responds to your energy, and everything you've been working towards begins to unfold effortlessly. As you live with the awareness that you have already won, you begin to see the world differently. You understand that the world is not something you need to fight against, but something you are creating with every thought and every action. The world becomes a reflection of your inner state, and as you act as though you've already won, you begin to see how everything is aligning perfectly to support you. The power to create is within you. And as you embrace this truth, the world will begin to reflect your dreams back to you in ways that will surprise and delight you. In conclusion, when you act as if you have already won, you step into your full potential and align yourself with the abundant energy of the universe. This shift in mindset is not just about visualizing success, it's about embodying the certainty and confidence that success is already yours. As you live from this place of knowing, you create the conditions for your dreams to materialize effortlessly. The power to manifest lies within you, and by trusting the process, living in the present moment, and embracing every step of the journey, you unlock limitless possibilities. The world is responding to you, your energy, and your belief in yourself. As you continue to act as though you have already won, the universe will align with your vision, bringing opportunities, resources, and people into your life who will help you bring your dreams to fruition. Remember, the moment you realize you are worthy of everything you desire and start living as though you've already won, your life will begin to reflect that truth. It is in this space of unwavering belief and joyful anticipation that the magic of creation unfolds. You are more powerful than you can imagine, and your dreams are waiting for you to claim them. Start acting as if you have already won, and watch as everything you desire comes to you with ease and grace.